Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. It's the big one, it's the Manchester Derby, and we are live and full of bravado. I'm going for it today. I am going for Manchester United. As a Manchester United fan, I'm not having any of this negativity. The game has not kicked off yet. It's a Manchester Derby. We've got every chance of getting a result out of this today. If we approach it in the right way, I think we can do it. And I think that all this 21 wins in a row, the oil tap is on. We've got those rubber gloves on. The oil's not going to slip. We're going to turn that tap and we're going to stop this winning run. We're going to start a bit of positivity around our club, and it starts today. It starts today. Fulham are beating Liverpool as well, so it's all there for us to do. I knew people would say deluded bridge apparently. I don't know. Anyway, just want to say a big shout out to Cards Plug as well for supporting today's Derby Day watch along. Cards Plug make awesome custom football cards like this one that they sent me for 1 million subscribers. Let me just make sure this looks good on screen because I want to get the full appreciation of it. There it is. Look, there it is. 1 million. Turn it that way. 1 million subscribers and a Cards Plug card sent to us. Cards are fully customizable and are the perfect gift for any football fan. Cards Plug cards are also great as decorative items. They'll look amazing on an office wall or on a man cave or a woman's cave or wherever you want to put it. The cards are not actually made of card, but of actually really strong material. Very fancy. My kids have run all over the house with my card and it's still in mint condition. They punch it and all sorts. As Cards Plug love the United Stand community, they are also wanting to make a range of 4 special United Stand cards, and I'm very excited to show what they'll look like soon. But for now, no Cards Plug integration would be complete without an amazing discount for you, the United Stand viewer. And all you have to do to get 25% off is to head to the link in the description, and your discount should be added automatically to your order. However, if you have any problems with it, go through the link to Cards Plug site and just use the code United Stand, all one word, at checkout to get your extra discount. So that's 25% off, fully customizable, really good product. You put it on your wall, and as I say, that's going to be a collector's item for me. 1 million subs, Goldbridge, 1 million subscribers. So thanks to Cards Plug, and you too can benefit. 25% off. Get your own customizable cards through them. So early team news, everybody. Early team news, and we've got a new member as well. Welcome to the Members Club, Stoy Silva. Thank you very much for joining. But look, we have got some early team news. I don't think it's going to come as much of a shock to anybody. The team news is this here on the left-hand side. Fred and McTominay obviously will start. Lindelof and Maguire will start. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw will start. Dean Henderson will start. Bruno Fernandes will start. Marcus Rashford will start. The only two slight... that's the team that I've been told, but I have also heard that there might be a late fitness test for Anthony Martial. Even talk of Cavani floating around. Now, the morning news around this was that Cavani's not part of the squad. We knew that last night on the 8 o'clock show. He wasn't seen at Carrington. However, there's a feeling, and I'm not confident on this, there is a feeling that Solskjaer might be playing mind games with this, and that Martial and Cavani could be available, or at least one of them. Apparently Anthony Martial needs a late fitness test, but that late fitness test is to see if he's on the bench. So, I mean, look, if we haven't got Martial and we haven't got Cavani, that creates its own conversation, doesn't it? Because that means you've got to play Greenwood, James and a half. Well, we know Rashford's carrying an injury as well now, don't we? So, but more importantly, if that doesn't work, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Dan James could have an off game, or Greenwood or Rashford, we've got no striker on the bench. So I think this is for me. This for me is that what I always said. I like Cavani, but I felt that the deal. Everybody got very excited about a deal that was desperate. And there was a lot of clubs who didn't go for Cavani, and we did right at the end. And I think we did because we were desperate. And the risk with Cavani, and I think why a lot of clubs didn't go near Cavani, is because of his injury record. And yet again, he's injured. 3 times he's been injured. We've only really had him for 4 months. So I don't really have a lot of sympathy for Manchester United's striking situation. For some reason, we've lost Martial this season. You can obviously put a lot of that on the player, but I don't get where he's gone. Cavani just never... Cavani missed the last game against Man City, didn't he, in the Carabao Cup because of I think he missed. I don't think he's played against Man City. I think he was injured for the game in December where we drew 0-0 at Old Trafford. I think he was suspended for the game, or was he back for the game in the Carabao Cup? And he's out again today. We won't be attacking anyway, Mark, says Mark Dobby. And I won't be positive and hope we can get something, but this is his least confident I've been in a game for a while, says Jacob. Well, look, Flex is going to come on a little bit later. He's very, very negative. I'm positive because you know what? If we win, I'll look great. But no, I am positive for this game because I think that I tweeted it out this morning. I remember Manchester United, strong Manchester United sides under Sir Alex Ferguson, losing to Manchester City before they had the oil line put in. Like before they existed, Man City still used to get good results against us. You never, ever would have predicted it. Never in a million years. But it can happen. Now, granted, what a save by the Fulham goalkeeper there. What a save from Jota. Brilliant save, by the way. They're losing 1-0 to Fulham. But I've seen this happen before. Now, people are saying, yeah, but fans were in the ground. This is at the Etihad. How do fans in the ground benefit us? We don't have any fans in the ground, so the fans would be against us anyway. So I think Manchester United should go to this game and go, look, they haven't got fans in the ground. They haven't got the... I mean, that's a normal game for Man City, isn't it? Joking. But we've got an opportunity here today, and we've got to go into this game with the same things I said this morning. Passion, drive, it's 11 against 11, a bit of physicality. And you know, I mean, to be honest with you, I would rather we lost but fought than draw or lose and just be another part of the bus team that lets them have the ball. I mean, I don't want players to get sent off for stupid tackles, but I don't mind if a player gets sent off for a couple of stupid tackles that the referees are prat about. I mean, I want to see a bit of passion in the shirt. You know, many people are expecting us to lose today. So if we're going to lose, I want us to lose with a bit of something. And you know, you can't have it both ways. I always think that's greedy anyway when you have it both ways. Pick a choice. But that's what she said. But the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of people think we're going to lose the game anyway. I don't think we're going to lose. I think we'll get a draw. But if we're going to lose the game, to all those people who think we're going to lose the game, if we're going to lose the game, I'd rather go down fighting. I'd rather go down and because we've got another game on Thursday and we've got West Ham next week and we've got Leicester in the Cup in a couple of weeks. I want to take something from this game. I want to take something from this game that's not part of the bus, not have the ball, play the same shit way we always do, and then at the end of the game, we're just like, we're not progressing. I want to see something. Now, that might be something and a good result, or it might be a loss, but something. We've got to take something from this game, and that's the main thing as far as I'm concerned. We've got to take something from this game and be positive, definitely. Jonathan says, this guy always disrespecting clubs that are better than you. Jonathan, I'm a Manchester United fan. We're the best club in the world. Sit down. And we will say what we want because we're arrogant. So, you know, you're not getting any bloody respect. Screw your respect. You've got an oil line put in and you think you're relevant. You're not. We're Manchester United. We go back decades. Decades and decades and decades. And our club means something. So, sorry if you think that's arrogant. That's Manchester United. That's the way we are. That's the way we always will be. As a fan base, it's such a shame we haven't got ownership like that. It really is. But as fans, let's have it. Let's have it. And look, I can't play today. You can't play today. We can't manage today. We can't pick the team today. But I'm not going to go into a massive game like this against the best team in England at the moment and just go, screw me. Screw me. You know, literally screw me. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to try. I mean, at the end of the day, is that if we're walking into a lion's den, go and throw a few punches. You know, at the end of the day, it's better than just lying there and getting eaten, isn't it? We've got to go and fight. We've got to go and fight. And I expect some fight today. I'm well up for this game. I get it. I totally get it. I know Manchester City are a fantastic side, but I'm up for this game. Like, because you can't walk into anything in life defeated. You can't do that, especially not competitive sports, especially not Manchester United. I nearly went like that, but that's the United stand badge. So, but you know what I mean? We've got to go into this properly. I'd love to be in that dressing room because I'd love to see what people are saying because we've got to go into it and we've got to fight. And I tell you what, I'd be saying to Fred, I'd be saying to McTominay, I'd be saying to Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, I'd be saying, you know, if there's a hint of a 50-50 tackle, absolutely crunch them. Make sure you get the ball, but absolutely crunch them. Give them something they're not used to. Don't let them dictate the play. Welcome to the Members Club, Ola. And it's actually sad that we have to start Bruno. He's going to give the ball away every time he gets it. We need Van der Beek in there and Bruno as a sub, says James. Yeah, well, Van der Beek's not fit and you're a troll. Hi, Mark. If you could pick one player from our treble-winning team to turn our current squad into title contenders, who would you pick? Says Keane. Jerity, you've got your name's the right name. It'd be Roy Keane every day of the week. Congratulations on a million, Mark. Well deserved. You are an absolute idol. Keep up the good work. Arsenal banter, says Bustin. Yeah, I'm not going to read your second name because I think that's a trap. Come on, lads, we can do this. Let's cause carnage and believe, says Connor Shields. Look, it's a hell of a challenge. It's a hell of a challenge today. And that is the team we've been told. I think you can definitely take to the bank. There is a rumour going round that Martial and Cavani could be involved. I don't really agree. I don't really believe the rumour. I think that will be the team. But you can definitely take to bank 9 of those places. The only 2 that might change are Greenwood and James. The rest of it, you can cook your dinner on it. It's a plate. It's going to be there. Confirm that Martial has passed the fitness test, says Cena. I would imagine he will be on the bench, but there's no sign of Cavani, apparently. Martial is there, but Cavani isn't, says Kaylin. But Martial may well be on the bench, so that's the next thing. Martial was always going to be given a late fitness test, as I said at the start of the show. And I think it will be we'll have to just wait and see. Anthony Martial is in the squad to face Man City after passing a fitness test. So there you go. That's been confirmed by numerous outlets now. But look, whether Martial's fit or not, in many minds, that's not necessarily a good thing because he's not playing that well anyway. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie on this. I think that we face a huge task. Of course we do. And I think that they're a fantastic side, Manchester City. Only an idiot would say they're not. But we're Manchester United. We don't give in. We don't surrender. We just don't do that. And I don't want to bring in the past or anything like that, but there's plenty of past situations where we've been up against it. I could reference after the tragedy in '58 and we had to get a team together to play and finish the season. But, maybe that's a little bit, a long time ago, but it's what our club's all about. You want something a little bit more recent. I remember Manchester United against a very good Arsenal side in the year of the treble. Last minute, Roy Keane's been sent off already. They get a penalty in the last minute to win the game and knock us out in the semi-final. Peter Schmeichel makes a save. We go into extra time. We're at 10 against 11. 10 Manchester United men against a very good Arsenal 11. Going into extra time. Schmeichel's kept us in it and Ryan Giggs goes and scores that goal. 10 against a very good 11 Arsenal side. This club can do things. We've got 11 against 11 tonight. We've got 11 in the Premier League against Manchester City. I'm not giving in. Look, in the game, I can't control the game. I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win. That's not what I'm saying. My prediction is that we won't lose, that we'll get a draw. I can't guarantee that. But what I will say is that I'm going into this game behind this team, behind this manager, behind these players, because I demand a performance from Manchester United in a game like this, and so should you. And they will get my support, and they will get my passion, and they will get my up for it bravado until they don't deliver it. And if 10 minutes in we're 3-0 down and those prats at the back and in midfield have cost us goals, then they're going to get the criticism, aren't they? They will get it. That will come. But for now, I'm behind them and I'm going to give them everything that I can. And I think we all should, because this is the club that we love. And we can do it. We can do it. They've got to believe they can do it. We know Ollie is going to park the bus and play us back 6 and Pep will tear us apart. We aren't going to be courageous. Hopefully City will save us the time and finish the game in the first half. Well, that's just negative, KSC. That's not the way we are. We can't be like that. Some will say he's been very realistic, but how can you go into that game? Where's your passion for the shirt? Where's the passion for the club that you support? You've got to believe. Look, maybe I am naive, but I'm going to believe. Slowly slipping down the table, we are rising, says Zane. Oh, here we go. That's made me feel better straight away that Zane thinks Arsenal are in anything. Did you watch your game yesterday, Zane? Hi, Mark, United Stan. I'm hoping to enjoy an attacking, enjoyable game of football. I don't get to see a lot of that with Nuno and his deck chairs out tactics, says Matthew Paul. Nate, I can't promise you attacking, attractive football from Manchester United, but I'm sure you'll see something from City, to be fair. They're going to control the ball. They're going to control the ball. They're going to control the game. I just want to see things from Manchester United today. I really do. Mark, we need to absolutely nail them. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody's expecting us to get any points today. Imagine if we won. Imagine what Sunday night would be if we won. I mean, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be that fan. You don't want to be that fan who is sat there now going, we've got no chance. Ollie needs to go. Half this team's shit. We're rubbish. We've got no chance. And then we win because you've said we've got no chance and we're useless. So I don't disagree with you that we have been useless and a bit shit, but I'm going to believe in this team. And then if they deliver, then I'll feel that I've played a part, even though that's just, nonsense. It is. I've not played any part. But I'm going to get behind them. And then if they do it, I'm going to be like, yes, it can happen. Come on, you Blues, says Mitchell Bassett. And Zane must be the most deluded person out there. Fulham as much as in a top race as Arsenal, says Ross Gunn. Please smash a like on the video, everybody. I'm feeling positive today. I've got a funny feeling something good's going to happen today. Now, look, it might not be anything to do with football. It might be later on when I go to bed, but we'll see. If we aren't lazy and play smart, we will get a draw. So if we aren't lazy and play smart, we will get a draw. Yeah, well, I agree with the cat there. I do agree with that. The reality is they didn't beat us at Old Trafford. All right, Man City are better now and we're worse now, but they didn't beat us at Old Trafford. So we'll see. Why is with the negativity around Bruno, says Salah Ahmed? Granted, he hasn't played well the past few games yet. How much is that down to the way we are set up to play? I think it's down to the way we're set up to play. I think it's down to the amount of minutes he's played. I think it's down to a lot of things at the moment, Salah. I don't think that the criticism of Bruno Fernandes is very fair, but look, I don't really have a lot of things to say about that. I love Bruno Fernandes. I think he's our best player. I think he's proven to be our best player over the last year. If you're not on board with that, that's up to you. You're missing out. I think he's our best player. But I will say, if United play like they did against City at Old Trafford, like they did at Liverpool at Anfield, like we did against Chelsea twice, like we did against Arsenal twice, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, we may as well open up the player ratings now. I'm tempted to open up the player ratings now on the website for our forwards because they're all getting 5s. They are. Unless Ollie does something weird, I already know that Bruno's getting 5 out of 10, Rashford's getting 5 out of 10, or worse, because they're set up to fail in the way that we play. But look, let's hope to see something different. The problem is, Mark, we can be positive, but Ollie will set up in a negative way. I'd love us to go out and attack them, says to me to you. And we need to end City's winning streak. Come on, you Devils. And I love that from United We Stand. I love that comment. I love that comment because we are Manchester United. We share a city with Manchester City and they have won 21 games in a row. They are looking to break another record. They are looking to try and win a quadruple. What are we going to do? Are we going to leave somebody else? Are we going to hope Bayern Munich knock them out? Are we going to hope that somebody else knocks them out of the cup? Or are we going to go and knock them out? Are we going to go and give them a blow that might fuck up the rest of their season? They're going to win the league, but if we could beat them today, if we can find a way to beat them today, that might mess them up in the FA Cup. It might mess them up in the Champions League. But if you let them beat us, their confidence just keeps growing. This super squad they've got, this bench that is better than most teams' first team. We should be looking to deliver something. If I was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I would be relishing this game, relishing the opportunity to dish out a blow to this Man City side that is very, very capable of actually. What's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer say? What's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer most famous for? And Solskjaer has won it, the treble. That's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is most famous for. And this club we're playing today could beat what Solskjaer is famous for. I mean, do you need any more inspiration, or do you cowardly protect your short-term future, or do you bravely try and protect your long-term future, which is Manchester United and whatever? We're bigger than anybody. So we need. I think we've got to have a way of going into this game. I agree. I think we will probably play quite defensive, but you can't just sit back. He said it himself. You can't sit back and hope. I wonder if Foden starts today. Interesting one, says Mitchell Bassett. I think he will do. Mark, in your opinion, why doesn't he play with more bravery? Is it really down to our centre-backs or Ollie not wanting to lose his job, says M&K Group. All good things must come to an end. After 21 wins, something's got to give. Come on, United, says Ashley Crane. All these chats are deluded. I'm sorry, but as having hope is setting us up for a disaster, says James. I'm sure the good thing you are anticipating is in bed. Well, James, I disagree. I think James is a troll because didn't he say drop Bruno for Van der Beek who's injured? So I'm not going to dwell on you too much, but having belief and hope in your football team. I mean, to be honest with you, if you've got no hope or you've got no belief in your team today, why don't you piss off out for a walk? Like, it's a nice sunny day in the UK. Why are you even watching if you've got no belief in your team? Do you slow down at car crashes? I mean, come on. You've got to have some hope. You've got to have some belief. Look, even if you think there is no hope, football is full of giant killings. And I don't think it's a giant killing anyway. But it is. Wimbledon beat bloody Liverpool in an FA Cup in '88. There's hundreds of games where these things can happen. But I don't even think it's that much of a long shot, to be honest with you. Mark, I know we need to be positive, but City are going to inhumanely put us out of our misery. No, Alexander, I'm not having this. I just feel like I'm fighting a losing battle with some people today. This is my club. This is my team. This is Manchester United. I'm not going quietly into the night. We will not disappear. We will stand up and fight, and we will give it what we can, and we will go down fighting with every last breath. And as I said, if someone gets sent off unjustly today, or there's, someone flies into a tackle and crunches Foden or someone like that, and it's a fair tackle and I see some fight, I will stand with those players. I will see some progress. I need to see that today. I've got to see something today. I've got to see fight. I've got to see something to take from this game. And look, Solskjaer in himself should be thinking that. Maybe we will get beat. Maybe Man City... Well, there's no maybe about it. Man City are better than us. But we've got to take something from this game, because at the moment, the team is dropping in the league, in form. Confidence is dropping. We've got to take something out of this game, because it could kickstart our season, and confidence is drained from that side. And going back to that previous super chat about, do you think Solskjaer sets us up negatively on purpose, or do you think he's trying to save his job, or do you think it's the centre-backs? I think it's very, very interesting, because I think it's been very, very clear that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comes out and says that we don't play counter-attacking football. We play on the front foot and we play a high press, which we don't. So if he is trying to do that, I just think it shows the limitations of the players. Look, maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is telling his players to play on the front foot, to play more attacking, but ultimately you can't polish a turd. I keep saying this. Ollie may well be trying to get Manchester United to play more attacking, more pressing football, but you can't turn Fred and McTominay and Matic into fast pressing good footballers. You can't do that, because if you could do that, you wouldn't spend 80 million on Sancho. You'd spend 10 million on a Stoke player and turn them into Sancho, because quality counts. Sakin says, predicted lineup, have a good feeling about this game. Every time there is a fire under Ollie, we come out swinging, says Sakin. So that team there is the lineup I've been told. However, Martial's late fitness test might change something. You could see Martial start and Greenwood or James drop out, but that's the team that we've been told. Come on, we are United, says James McIntyre. There will be space to get in behind them. We need to be clinical, only to get a couple of chances, must take them, says James. Doesn't matter what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer say, he contradicts himself, says Tabraz. Also, we must get first blood, says Laurie. We can't concede early, Laurie. I definitely agree with you on that one. Yeah, definitely agree with you on that. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone who is tuning in early. The team news officially will be coming out in about 8 minutes' time. But Anthony Martial has passed the fitness test and is part of the squad. That has been confirmed. No Cavani. So we won't be seeing Cavani, which is a shame. But I get ridiculed because I questioned the signing of Cavani, and yet he's already been injured 3 times, and I questioned it because I knew it was a desperation signing. I know he's a very good player, but he is injured a lot. Hi mate. Can Close has a question. What's your go-to meal deal? You seem like a chicken Caesar type of guy. Lee Judge eats ham sandwiches, says Joseph Tucker. I quite like a BLT, actually. I'm not a troll. I want United to succeed, but I'm also not deluded. It's a joke that some people actually think we're going to win. Have fun in bed, says James. Or James, trying to get famous off Super Chats. Hi, Mark. My mate, I've done that one. No harm in believing. Hope our players play with the passion as fans have, says Matthew Larney. We are more than capable of beating Man City. We are Manchester United. Yes, we are underdogs for this game. This is our time to make things right, says Flizzy. I agree. And welcome to the Members Club, Adriana. Thank you very much. Can I just remind everybody as well, we'll go to a better screen for it. We are sponsored by Cards Plug on the Super Chat today. They sent me one of these the other day, 1 million subscribers. They are totally customizable. You can get your own name on there. You can get your own stats on there. 25% off. They are giving United Stand viewers today. The link is in the video description. Very good quality product. You can put it on your wall. You can frame it. You know, you can just have it on your desk. Fantastic. And 25% off with Cards Plug. Give it a click in the link in the video description, and lots and lots of different designs and ways you can do it as well. I think you can actually get your own players done as well if you want to. Right, still 1-0 with 20 minutes to go for Liverpool at Anfield. They are. I mean, look, I think actually if Liverpool did lose today, that would be or not win today, that would be a real surprise for me, because I still do feel, and I think I just want to talk about the Premier League table for a moment. I do feel. I mean, Chelsea are looking very good at the moment. We are down to third. I mean, Leicester yesterday turned it round, didn't they, against Brighton? And I think that's a big result for Leicester, because the injuries they've got, they've turned that down. They've turned that around. They've got Sheffield United next as well. So, look, we could be third outright tonight, because if we draw, we're still third. If we lose, we're third. And if we win, we go back to second. But we are third place now. And if we lose today and Chelsea beat Everton tomorrow, they're 1 point behind us. Then you've got Everton, who would have... I mean, technically, if we lose today and if Everton win their 2 games in hand, they would go above us. West Ham are still in the race. But Liverpool not winning today would mean that we would be 7 points ahead of Liverpool, regardless of what... At least 7 points ahead of Liverpool. So Liverpool not winning today could be really useful for us and our top 4 chances, because... I have a feeling that Chelsea are not going to go away. Leicester are still up there, and I think Liverpool are going to find some form at some point. So, and we've still got to play Liverpool, so it would be brilliant if Liverpool didn't win today against Fulham, because I am worried about our top 4 hopes. I'm not that deluded. I am worried about our form. I do think we'll get better when Pogba comes back. And I do hope, I'm really hopeful, I don't know whether people have heard this, and I don't know what the latest is on it. Rishab says we're not giving up our away record. Well, that's something else to cling on to as well, isn't it? We're not unbeaten in a year away from home. So someone's record's going to go, like Ollie says. Either it's their winning record or our away record. 2 years ago today, we beat PSG in the Champions League, says Michael Southcombe. We need something like that again. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? 2 years yesterday. So, Mark, if you had to put Martial on, who would you take out? Dan James. The only probably I have played with McTominay and Dan James is this. Do they start for any top 6 sides? What does that say about us? Nate, this team ain't good enough. This team is not good enough. No chance. I'm not going to pretend that team on the screen that is next to me now is good enough to get anywhere near a title, but it's what we've got today. I agree with Sean Negative Turner. We are hoping a draw. Absolutely joke how far fans' expectations have fallen, says Ben Anderson. Oh, well, I'm not hoping for a draw. I'm not hoping for a draw. I'm not. I'm going for something a little bit. I'm hoping for a result. Does Ollie? Sorry a minute. Nick P says, I felt like we might win this one, Mark. Hell hath no fury like a Bruno scorned. He's been criticised lately. He won't take that laying down. I think there might be a red card for United today, and ultimately, I'd rather get a red card and lose than not get a red card and lose. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but at least it might show a bit of fucking passion. But what I wanted to say is, talking about the race for top 4, it's a real race that's coming now. As we know, a real race is coming for top 4. And... you know, Liverpool are getting closer and closer on my screen, but it's going to be difficult. It's really going to be difficult. So this game's massive for us. Nothing but a win today, especially it's my 21st birthday, says Clay. United shirt on, beer in a glass. Let's go United. We want a bit of positivity. We do. We want a bit of positivity, don't we? Van der Beek is injured again. I can't really say anything more than Van der Beek is injured at the moment. It's... at a time where we don't really want him to be, he is. And, you know, it's just typical. Absolutely typical. When you need him, he's injured. So there's nothing more we can say about that again. And Cavani's injured again as well. So I'm just going to catch up on the Super Chats here. Thanks everyone who's doing those through the $sign. Read that one. Flizzy Boy Jenks. I think we can win, says Jenks. 1102. Hi, Mark, mate. What I've done that one, James. Sure, negative Turner. This is Manchester United, but not the United we remember. These players are bottle jobs. This manager is out of his depth. I'm hoping for a draw. It's a joke. And also, I think that says caught up. Zane says, Mark, you act like United is Churchill, never surrendering. You have surrendered to us twice this season, mate. Where are you in the league? Why are you even relevant? Why don't you use good teams when you're trying to dismiss Manchester United? Because the thing is, there are plenty of examples where you could take the piss out of Manchester United, but you lose the opportunity to take the piss out of us when you use Arsenal as the reason to do it. Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. We have embarrassed ourselves this season, but you can't use Arsenal as the reason that we've embarrassed ourselves. We lost to you in the autumn when we were shit and you were near us in the league. You beat us with a penalty 1-0. You didn't dominate us. You beat us 1-0 with a penalty that became your goal of the month because it was the only goal you bloody scored. And then just to remind you, at the Emirates, you drew 0-0. And where you are in the league, you're 10th and we're 3rd. So you can't use Arsenal as the reason to take the piss out of Manchester United, I'm afraid. You're going to have to use somebody like Man City because you can't use Arsenal because it ruins your argument. Hi, Mark. I've been here since the start of the 16-17 season. Amazing how we're at 1 million subs. Feels like 30k yesterday. Keep up the good work. And thanks for the super chat there from Finley O'Connor. Thanks, Finley. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, everyone. Bruno, we have hit 1 million now, but we don't stop. We keep going. So subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're going for 1,002,000 today, I think. So let's do it. Shout out to my girlfriend Helen, who got a PS5. United to surprise of all with a win, says Green Grits. Come on, United. And well done to Helen getting a PS5. It's something I haven't got. Liverpool 68 game losing streak at Anfield inbound. Come on, United. Go back to bed, Arsenal fans. We're going to turn this over full stop, says Clay S. And the lineup is out, so we can get you the official lineup now. But I think it will probably be the team. Oh no, Martial is starting. So there is a little change, which is interesting. Let's have a look. So it's Greenwood who drops to the bench, and it's McTominay who... not McTominay, it's Greenwood who drops to the bench, and it's Martial who starts. I mean, I don't know. Let me just put that tweet out. So what are your thoughts on that, everybody? We've got the team news, and it's a change on the screen. It isn't the team that was leaked out because of that late fist. I did warn people about that. I said that's the team we've been told. That's the team everyone has seen. But there is an opportunity with Anthony Martial doing that late fitness test that he could start in this game. How fit he's going to be is always a relevant point, but he is fit enough to start for Manchester United today, and he does start for Manchester United today. So let me just check you the. Let me just get you the subs as well. I mean, I don't expect it to be very exciting because we don't really have anybody. But the subs bench is... Hold on a minute. Grant, Alex Telles, Bailly, Twansebi, Williams, Matic, Ahmed Traore, Greenwood and Shoretire. So nothing majorly exciting in there, to be honest with you. But Shoretire is on the bench, yes, Zach. And I hope YouTube doesn't tax you too much on the Super Chats because you deserve every cent, says Mahilo. And Man City, who it's time for Man United to show them who's the boss, says Kenneth. I think Manchester City, yeah. If we had the same owners as City, where do you reckon we would be right now, Aiden 10? I think we'd be right where Manchester City are. I don't think we'd have the same players. I don't think we'd have the same coaches. But I think if we were run like Man City, we would be up there with Man City. Because I tell you what, if Man United had exactly the same same structure, philosophy as Manchester City, now that would be a battle to watch. Because that would be two clubs absolutely obsessed with trying to be the best. This is why I'm Ollie out. Who was our worst players against Palace? Rashford, and he drops Greenwood instead. Unbelievable, says Sean Negative Turner. And... yeah, so that is the team on the left. I'll give you the Manchester City team. I think that, to be honest with you, I think well, Donny's injured. I think the more interesting team is probably going to be the Manchester City team because we basically know what our team's going to be. Manchester City have got Ederson in goal, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, obviously, Gundogan, Rodri and De Bruyne, Mahrez, Jesus and Sterling. So Foden doesn't actually start, and they're not playing a false nine, which is what I thought he might do. So obviously on their bench, Walker, Aguero, Stefan, Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Torres, Mendy, Fernandinho, Foden. I mean, their bench is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But their first team... I mean, look, the funny thing is, though, when I look at that Man City side, it's a great side because of the coach and the tactical setup they have. 11 for 11. I mean, I don't think Zinchenko is better than Luke Shaw. I really don't. I mean, I think Stones and Diaz are better than our centre-backs, and I think their midfield is better than ours, and their front three is better than ours. But I think so much of that is about form, apart from people like McTominay and Fred, and obviously Maguire and Lindelof, who I just don't think can compete with Man City. But I do think we have got good players. I think Rashford could be in an argument with Sterling if he was firing. I do think that Bruno's in an argument with De Bruyne. You know, I think De Bruyne's better, but I think Bruno's up there in an argument with him. I don't think Fred and McTominay compete anywhere near Gundogan and Rodri. I agree with that one. And I don't think Maguire and Lindelof compete anywhere near Diaz and Stones. Goalkeeping situation, of course, Ederson's better, but a lot of us have faith in Dean. Cancelo against Wan-Bissaka. Look, I think Cancelo is better, but I think Luke Shaw's better than Zinchenko. Mahrez, is he better than Dan James? Of course he is. Is Gabriel Jesus better than Anthony Martial? To be honest with you, I don't really think he is. I just think it's about form. So, yeah, Man City have got the edge. The big edge for me, though, it's the tactics, isn't it? It's the tactics, it's the way that they play, it's the coaching, and that's the big thing. But there are 3 or 4 players that they absolutely batter us for as well. What an awful team. 0-0 is the best we can expect, says Andrew Kelly. The problem with that United team there is, the real issue with that United team, let me just refresh it. The real problem with Manchester United's side today is that it just can't get hold of the ball, can it? It can't get a hold of the football and keep the ball like Man City can. It doesn't play. Manchester City have been playing possession football for years. We've not done it. We don't know how to do it. We haven't even got the players to do it. It's going to be fast, and that's what it's going to be. I mean, look, I just want to pull out from the chat. Seb Gardner says, no Bay is awful. James says, Martial starting gives me even less hope. We are going to get played off the park and you will be looking like a prat for believing. I'll never look like a prat for believing in my club. I'll never look like a prat. You'll never look a prat for believing in the football club that you support. That's not being a prat. Supporting your team is not being a prat. When you have a moment later, look up the Barnsley CEO interview on Sportsman. So refreshing to hear an exec tactically analyse his team and coaches, says Niall Green. That sounds interesting. And Steven Gerrard is a better manager now than Ollie. Ollie would pick the same team and tactics against the local pub side, let alone City. He's got to go, says David Hill. Yeah, I mean, I think one thing I just wanted to come back to that Seb Gardner was talking about as well is it's sad, isn't it, that we've now become immune to Eric Bailly not being picked and that Magaluf get picked. It's really sad because they are shit. Compared to Eric Bailly and Maguire or Bailly and Lindelof are so much better than Maguire and Lindelof. We knew it was going to happen. We're not even shocked that it's happened. I have no emotion towards it. It's just, it is known. You know he's going to do it. And it's a sad situation, but he's going to keep doing it. I can't. People are like, "Wow, where's Bay? Why are you not reacting to that?" And I'm like, I can't, because I totally expected that. Mark, what players do you think would make the derby competitive? Says Regvith. And if you miss another one of my super chats, I'll slap me silly, says Mihalo. Well, sometimes they do get missed, mate, because it's a watch along and it's fast and furious. So chill out. But I think if we had Paul Pogba in the team instead of Scott McTominay, we're a better team straight away. If you've got anybody other than Dan James on the right-hand side, we're a stronger team straight away. I think if Cavani's actually fit, we're a stronger team. And I think if Eric Bailly's in the team, we're a stronger team. So to me, there's 4 positions in that team, and it's not a coincidence what we're looking for in the summer. We need a centre-back, and I would play Bailly. We need a midfielder, and obviously if we've got Pogba, he should play. But then we still need a CDM. And we need a right winger because there's no way Dan James is good enough for this level. I just hope he is today. But I think that we can look at the whole team and say, I can look at that team honestly, and I'm backing this team. I want it to do well. I want worldies from all of them. I want them to play the best game they've ever bloody played in a United shirt. Trust me, we need a result. But honestly, McTominay ain't good enough. Fred ain't good enough. One of Maguire and Lindelof's got to go. Dan James ain't good enough, and there's big question marks over our striker. So there's 5 players out of 11 there that I'm straight away. I'm like, the goalkeeping situation, whether it's De Gea or Henderson, I'm happy. Wan-Bissaka, I'm happy to stick with. Luke Shaw, I'm happy to stick with. One of the centre backs, I'm happy to stick with next year as long as we bring a world class one in. Fred and McTominay, no. Bruno, definitely yes. Rashford, definitely yes. That's it. So half a team for me, I'm afraid. Will we get another one of those remember the name Rooney moments again if the likes of Diallo only get 5 minutes at the end of the game? No, Nick, we won't. Why not bring someone tactical like Nagelsmann next year, says Tanvir. Welcome to the Members Club, Joe Palmer 22. And Mark, did you see the Sky Sports segment on Bruno? Roy Keane called him a baby. It's on Sky Sports YouTube. Mate, but look, Roy Keane, Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand, and any other name you want to give me, they are United greats as footballers. I don't hang off everything they say as pundits just because they were great footballers. Paul Gascoigne's one of the greatest footballers I've ever seen. He talks shit. And I love Gazza. I'd love to go... Well, I don't know whether he has a drink anymore. I love all these people. I love Roy Keane. But I don't hang off their words because they talk a lot of things that I actually think, I don't agree with you on that one. So you have to make a choice. It's like not meeting your heroes, because if you idolise a footballer, you're going to hang off everything they say. Oh, Rio said this, Roy said that, Gary said this. Their opinion. I mean, look, Jamie Carragher isn't a United legend. Of course, he's a Liverpool whatever. But I think he talks a lot of sense. But he said at the start of the season, I've said so many times, Pogba and Bruno can't play together. Well, actually, 2 months ago, they got us top 4, Jamie. So ex-footballers... I think people hang off their words like they're some sort of god. They're greats because of what they did in the United shirts. Their opinion can be very hit and miss, much like yours and mine. So I don't really care what he said about Bruno, because I don't take Roy Keane's or Gary Neville's or Rio Ferdinand's opinions to the bank and say it must be set in stone. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Not the lineup I would have gone with, but it is what it is. Call me foolish, but I'm going to predict a win, says Joseph Tyrrell. I like it. No matter how bad things get, I never predict a loss. Big game for Dino and Martial to step up. What is everybody's score prediction, by the way? Do you see United ever returning to the former glory of the Ferguson era, says Sebastian? Well, not at the moment, I don't. I hope. A mixture of injuries and stubbornness from Ollie are hurting us massively. We dropped off the end of last season because of the same thing, says Matt Roseblade. Well, I do just want to take a couple of notes for my match reaction about things that I think I would like to bring up. I don't really have I mean, the midfield is the midfield. He has to pick McFred today. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. He's got to pick them. I think he should have picked Eric Bailly. I don't really see what else he can do with the team apart from the centre-back situation. There is no Van der Beek. Matic is not reliable. And, I mean, would you find a place for Greenwood instead of Dan James? No, because he's going for work ethic, isn't he? I'll tell you what that team is. I'll call it what it is. It is put a shift in FC. That's what it is. Pure and simple. It's put a shift in FC. If Lindelof gave a penny to Ollie every time he gets picked, Ollie would be a millionaire. I don't know why Ollie's so stubborn, says Karen. And Ollie is playing for a draw. James is not on park because he's fast in attack. It's because he tracks back. Ollie has to go for me, says Dazo. And Mark, if we lose, do you think this will be the straw that breaks the camel's back with the fans, says Paul? Well, no, because even if we did get beat today, we're still in the top 4, aren't we? We've still got a little bit of a cushion. Liverpool are about to lose at Anfield for the 6th time in a row. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's 6. I think it's 6. I mean, imagine if you put a tenner on that. unbelievable, really. A lot of people not happy that Martial is starting instead of Mason Greenwood. Ollie not picking Bay is going to a race and picking a Volkswagen Astra over a Lamborghini. But I my only prediction. Everyone knows I've got a bit of bravado today. I've got a little bit of hype. I got a little bit of positivity. I tell you what, Man City, I don't care too much for oil money. Oil money can't buy your love. But seriously, I shouldn't be singing that before kickoff. But the only issue I've got with this team, and I'm going to back this team, I'm going to get behind this team, and I expect this team to turn up. They've had shit results this week. Shit results. Crystal Palace was an embarrassment. There has to be a reaction. Manchester United have to react. This is a Manchester derby where everyone's writing us off. Even our own fans are writing us off. There has to be a reaction today. And I expect a reaction. And I will give every player on that team the chance to react. I'm not going to say, Maguire and Lindelof are going to cost us the game. I'm going to give them an opportunity. I'm going to get behind them. But I tell you what, if they do, then they will get both barrels. They will get the criticism they deserve because we've been giving them so many times. Ollie's got nowhere to go with Maguire and Lindelof if they cost us the game. If Maguire and Lindelof are the problem today, what can Solskjaer do? So to answer your question, is this going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? I don't think it can be because I don't think you're not going to sack a manager in the situation that we're in, even if we lose. But if we lose this game because of those centre-backs again, then people will just go, I love Ollie, but he's not the man because he just won't learn. Everybody. I mean, look, let's go back to a United great who used to play centre-back. Now, I don't agree with everything Rio says, but he said this ages ago. Lindelof and Maguire give me nightmares. He's one of the best centre-backs we've had in the last 20 years, and they give me nightmares. So, they give me nightmares, Rio. Bloody hell, I wake up at night going, Lindelof, no! No! I don't know what the wife thinks happening to me. I say, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that. No, he'd never do that. He's just messed up at the back again. So, Ollie will leave himself open today if it goes wrong, especially in relation to the centre-backs. But, look, let's hope we can turn up. Owen Brown, I'm so sick of people saying Ollie out. When will the penny drop that no matter who is in charge, nothing will change until the Leechers vacate, says Owen Brown. And I do agree with you on that, Owen, but I think the problem is, in relation to what I've just spoken about there, that's not about Ollie. That's not about the board, is it? He could pick Eric Bailly today. Everyone knows we're a better team with Eric Bailly. Everyone knows that Manchester City's front three is mobile. So why would you not pick a mobile centre-back? Lindelof and Maguire are not mobile. They are players that you can pass through. So why would you not pick Eric Bailly? Man United definitely have the players to play good football against big teams, says Joe. And based on the formations of both teams, do you think United will sit back and work on the counter-attack or start off on the front foot? I think that what's going to happen is it's going to be a little bit like what Chelsea did. I don't think Pep Guardiola will go for us and leave themselves open at the back like Tuchel. He didn't do it last week either. I think Pep will let us have the ball and move up the pitch because that allows them to not get caught on the break, and then they might catch us on the break a bit as well. So I think it will be a big midfield battle. I'm surprised he hasn't gone with a false nine because of that. So yeah, I'm not convinced that we will have opportunities to hit them on the break because let's not forget, whatever we think about Ollie has beaten Pep twice last season on the break. So Pep won't be stupid. He won't mind if he wins 1-0. I don't think he will. Did you see the keen response to Bruno Mark, says Rotimi? No, I didn't. But, I'd have to have... I'll search it out in a minute because I know we've got... let's see if I can find it actually on my phone. Because... please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Let me have a look if I can find it. Dum-dum-dum. Not that I don't trust you lot, but... let's have a look. Just get on with it. Don't be such a baby. Don't be such a baby and produce against the brilliant Manchester City time. End of story. If he does well, we praise him. If he doesn't, be better. He better be ready, says Roy Keane. Yeah, but that's a load of nonsense. I can't do Roy Keane, but I mean that's just such a typical Roy Keane response. I mean, he said that tackle on Luke Shaw that nearly ended his career was a fair tackle. It was a disgrace. So, Roy Keane saying stop being such a baby and get on with it. I mean, to be fair, I sort of agree with Roy in a way, because as a captain, that's what he would do. That's his personality. That's why he's one of the greatest captains they've ever been. But what I don't like about that is, stop being a baby, get on with it. If you play well, we'll criticism. If you don't play well, we'll criticise you. But how's about using your brain as a great footballer that you were, and actually appreciating why he doesn't play well against the top six? Before the game, if this was just about Bruno Fernandes being a good player, I would predict right now Bruno's going to have a worldie today. I love Bruno. I know he's going to have a shit game today. I already know. And how can I know that if I think he's a brilliant player? I know he's going to have a shit game today because I know how we're going to play. And this is what frustrates people about these pundits like Roy Keane, like Graham Souness, like anybody else who criticises Bruno in the top 6 games. Because, yes, he hasn't played well. But are you actually watching these games? Or are you actually going with a bit of an agenda? Because the reality is, the way we play suffocates Cavani, Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, Dan James, Bruno Fernandes. Anybody who plays in a United side against these top 6 sides who's an attacker gets strangled of creativity because of the way that we set up. Like Fred and McTominay provide no creativity, do they? So Liverpool look fucked here. I mean, I'm sorry to swear on a Sunday afternoon, but Liverpool are going to lose again. And that is a cracking result for United, because Liverpool are the team that's going to cause us the most problems, I think. So this is absolutely huge. Before we've even started here, it could be absolutely huge for United. So, well, it's over. 93rd minute, 1 minute left. This is big. I mean, look, we're not doing a Liverpool watch along here. We're doing Manchester United. But this is a huge result. It really, really is a huge result. If it goes the way we think it's going to go. They might not get a Europa. I mean, to be honest, I still look at Liverpool's running and I think, wow, they could go on a good run. But you've got to look at it now and say, what is it? Is it 6 losses in a row at Anfield? Definitely Man City, Brighton, Burnley, Chelsea. They lost to Everton. Now Fulham. Yeah, it's 6 in a row. They shouldn't be losing that many games. Their heads have absolutely gone, which is, it's really surprising. It's really surprising. But from our point of view, it's great. Please subscribe, by the way. We're 100 subscribers away from 1,002,000. So we're on 1,856 at the moment. So we're 100 away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the channel. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. Got the fan forum coming up. It's going to be a big, big day for Manchester United. It's going to be a bad day for Liverpool. You know he can't play Bailly because he's injury prone, says EU. You do realise that Victor Lindelof keeps telling everyone that his back is broken. So don't come at me with injury records. Lindelof is broke. Do you know why Eddie is out, says Danny? Injured, injury prone. Check his injury record. I told everyone before we bought him, he's injury prone. Massive win for Fulham if you're interested in the relegation race as well. This is 3 points that Scott Parker, he's doing a great job. Mark, kudos on 1 million subscribers. Been here since 2017. Also, does United stand higher interns? Would love to be a part of this community. Also hoping for a result today, says Druv. Yeah, if you go through the website, if you're looking to do writing and things like that, there is a correspondent address on there. They are lucky as fans aren't allowed in Old Trafford, says Watch and Learn. Yellow card here. They're still playing on, but I mean, I'd be very happy with Liverpool drawing. I'm even happier with them losing. He's not blown his whistle yet. He's blown his whistle. He's not blown his whistle. It's a free kick. It's a free kick here. He's not blown his whistle yet. Long ball forward by Liverpool. I mean, we are talking about United, but this is just a big result for us. Alisson's up. Corner, it's their last chance. Poor old... I do actually feel sorry for Klopp, you know. I do like Jurgen Klopp. I've got to be honest. I'd love him to have come to United. But Scott Parker's celebrating. That is the final whistle. Huge result for Fulham and a terrible result for Liverpool. 6 in a row. They've got Leipzig this week, I think, as well in the Champions League. I mean, are they going to bounce back? Are they going to bounce back? They can't score goals. Hey, Mark, would you give Ahmed a go in the game instead of Dan James? Says James. No, I wouldn't, because I think that the point here is that it's like the point that somebody was saying a moment ago. We're picking Dan James for his work rate. We're not picking Dan James for his attacking ability. Bruno continues being United's standout player and doesn't win any silverware by the end of next season. Will complete his career with you or move. Mihalo, he'll be gone. We don't need to worry about Bruno Fernandes leaving this summer, but if we're in the same position in a year, he'll be gone. He'll start angling for a move, and I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't want him to go. He's my favourite player, to be honest, at Manchester United at the moment. But could you really argue with Bruno Fernandes wanting to leave Manchester United if the club shows no ambition? We can't leave. As fans, we can't leave, but we know there's no ambition there. So if you're a player, why would you say? Why would you stay? Why would you? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I think that I wouldn't have a problem with Bruno Fernandes. Oh, well, I would, because I wouldn't want him to lose, but... I'm just putting a tweet out about Liverpool. So yeah, I mean, look, let's get back on with this. Somebody just said there, I thought Greenwood was starting very, very late fitness test for Anthony Martial, and yeah, it is the way it is. But I do just want to come back on that as well. People saying Eric Bailly doesn't get picked because he's got an injury record. No, not having it. Not having that at all. Victor Lindelof has been speaking this week about his back and how he's playing through pain. And if he gets a break, it's a little bit better, but it still hurts. Victor Lindelof is injured. Like, he's technically injured. And we are picking him over Eric Bailly. Never forget, never confuse, and never think that we're not picking Bailly because of any other reason than the fact that Ollie thinks Maguire and Lindelof are better. It frustrates me, it frustrates you, it frustrates ex-players, it frustrates the media. Everybody knows that Maguire and Lindelof ain't good enough, except the manager and the coaches. Which makes you think, what are we missing? Because you always want to back the manager, you always want to back the coaches, but I think, to me, it's a huge, huge, huge error on the part of the coaches to keep doing this. But, you know, hopefully it'll work out today. We need it to work out. Do you think Bruno's charm and form is getting less with more games being drawn and lost, says Abhishek? Well, we've got a moderator called Paul Robinson, and he said that how long do you think it will be before Bruno Fernandes gets dragged down to the level of everybody else? And, you know, is that happening now? Julian says, congratulations on 1 million subs. Happy to be part of this Pratt community you've built, and shout out to all you Pratts out there. Will you take Klopp if he was sacked? You know what? If Liverpool sacked Klopp, I would take him at Man United. I know that sounds terrible. I never thought I would say that, but Jesus Christ, I would. 100%. Yeah, I still think he's a very, very good coach. I don't care how this game turns out. Liverpool lost to Fulham. I'm about to party, says Ethan. Mark, missed the show up to now. Your thoughts on the game and the lineup, says Simon Evans. Thank you for the super chat, Shaunak. And Kenneth says, I would love to be a fly on the wall at Carrington for 1 week, just so I can see behind the scenes of what different players are doing to justify them as starting players, says Kenneth. Just to go back on the previous point, what was my thought on the team? I don't rate that team. I think it's not a very good team. I think it's got 5 players in it that are not good enough for Manchester United. But in fairness to Ollie, there's only one position I could change today. And that is that I would have started Eric Bailly and not Magaluf. I can never understand why he keeps doing this. And I think it's very, very sad. But other than that, what can he do in the midfield? I don't rate McFred, but what can he do? I wouldn't put Matic in there. Bruno's not there. He wouldn't play Van der Beek even if he was fit. We've got no Cavani, so you've got to play... Greenwood. I would have found a place for Greenwood, to be honest with you, but he's picking Dan James to put a shift in. apart from that, obviously De Gea's not there either. There's nothing else he can do. I actually think he talks about having a good squad. I think that shows that we haven't got a good squad, because who's out injured really? Pogba and Cavani. No one else. Don't talk to me about Mata or Van der Beek. He's never bloody used them anyway. So we've got 2 injuries, and that's the team we're putting out. It's not good enough, is it? And yet we're told we're making progress, and yet we're told that we're getting better. We're only missing 2 players, both of which could be gone in the summer. Cavani, we might not extend his contract, or he might go himself, and Pogba wants to leave. So effectively, that's our best 11. That's Man United on a plate, mate. That's our best team. Don't talk to me about Donny van der Beek. He doesn't pick Donny van der Beek. Don't talk to me about Eric Bailly. He doesn't pick Eric Bailly. So that is Solskjaer's best team, apart from Paul Pogba, who might be leaving in the summer anyway, and Cavani, who is injury prone. So I don't think you can moan too much about an injury crisis. That is who we are. That is the team that he puts out. And I think it needs a massive amount of work. All of it not on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because at the end of the day, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not the man who picks that team. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should have been backed better in the summer. Mark, he wants to show the board that we need a centre-back by doing this, I hope. Alric, I know you're laughing, and I agree with you laughing, because, yeah, that those sort of twists. Oh, look who's here. Seb's left me a little present. He wanted to be on the show today. No, it's not Batman, it's Robin. Put him there, look. I've got anywhere I can put him. Can you play midfield, Robin? You'd probably do a better job. And centre-back. Yeah, go on then. The Caped Crusaders sidekick. You'd do a better job than Dan James, actually. But no, we're hoping they're going to do a good job today. We need our fingers crossed for United today, says Shari. There's a lot of negativity about it. I want Klopp gone now, says Nathan Allen. And I meant starting place in general, not just this game, says Kenneth Hoagland. And the golfing class today will highlight our recruitment policy. As a Man United used to different standards, it's really painful, says Bryce Shaw. I think that's something I want to talk about at the end as well. Golf in class. And I touched on this last night, and Bri reminds me that when you look at this Manchester United side, and you look at the side that played last year, I said on the show last night, if anybody didn't watch it, I think that this United side now is worse than it was last year. We beat Man City twice last year, and we deserved to beat them twice. Yes, it was counter-attacking football, but we did deserve to beat them twice. This year, we're nowhere near, and that to me is how has that happened? I don't really know. Remember, we're sponsored by Cards Plug. I've got it the wrong way around. Cards Plug, link in the video description. You can get 25% off. They're totally customizable. They've sent me this week for 1 million subscribers, but you can get the ones with your stats on in the bottom half. You can get pace, speed. Personally for you, you can even have a United stand badge if you want, or all the other stuff. Links in the video description. 25% off if you go directly through that link anyway. If you've got any problem with just use the code United Stand, all one word. Fantastic. I've got about 8 of these now. And you can put them up on your wall. They're cool. I think it's always a good thing to get one and then put it on your Instagram page. You always get loads of likes. Maybe that's just me, though. I haven't done an Instagram post in ages. I should do one with that. But it's too late now, because if I do it after the Man City game, people will say, oh, we're bored and depressed. Anyway, 25% off. Link in the video description. Thanks very much for Cards Plug, and get yourself one of those. People are saying Ollie out already. Ollie out and Seb in. He has got tactical class, really. But I do think that Man City have improved over the last calendar year, and we've gone backwards. Why that is? I think a lot of it's got to do with the fact that they back their manager, but obviously there are other reasons as well. I accept that, of course. Flex, can you hear me? Flex.
Yo.
How you doing?
Yeah, all good, man, all good.
Good. Okay, so team news is out. Half an hour away from kickoff, or 28 minutes away from kickoff. What is your thoughts on the team and the game ahead of us?
Expect the worst, hope for the best. You know what I mean? One of them. I'm not confident today. I'm back to the old school Flex when people used to say, so negative. He's so negative. He's never positive. The way I see it is we're only going to play one way. We know what that way is going to be. And City, I believe, will have too much. They, the last time they haven't scored in the game is over 21 games ago. Yeah,
that's a good point, because I think we'll struggle to score. So we've got to stop them scoring.
I can't see us scoring. So yeah, I apologise in early doors for this, but I'm just being deadly honest with this. I can't see us scoring today. And the way City play, they're just relentless. They keep recycling the ball. I don't think we'll get battered. I don't think it'll be 3-4, 5-0, anything crazy like that. But I think we'll be boring. I think we'll maybe not sit back as much as we usually do. But again, like I was against Chelsea, we'll show a bit of intent around the pitch here or there. But ultimately, we'll lack the quality with the way that we've been setting up. But more so to the point today, yeah, I just want to see us just fight for a bit of pride, man. We're not playing for the title anymore. I understand it. You see what's happening to Liverpool, Chelsea, and Everton play next. Leicester are managing to string a couple of results together, even though they're depleted. Just
if we can't tell you what,
and show a bit.
If we don't get top 4,
oh my God,
I'm not Ollie out, and this is not me being Ollie out. But if we don't get top 4, I totally understand. And maybe I will be in May as well, but I totally understand why you'd be Ollie out if we don't get top 4. Because bloody hell, Liverpool have lost 6 games in a row at Anfield. Like this, you know,
no excuses.
There's no excuses not to get top 4 when everybody else, apart from City, is shit. I'm not saying win the league,
exactly,
but you've got to get top 4 from this position.
100%. It'd be a disaster not to. But I say disaster if we lose today, which I think we will. I'm just going to be honest. I think we will lose today. Yeah, I hope I'm proved wrong. I hope that we put in I hope we do an Ollie style performance. You know, those ones backs against the walls. It's been a bad past 10 games, but in particular a bad week. The chips are down. You're going to the best team in the country, chasing all type of records they are, and then we rock up. That's just what we do. That's the only thing I have about this that's positive. The fact that when our chips are down and Ollie's chips look like they're down and there's been a bad week at the club, bad results, everyone's on a bit of a downer, we're expected to kind of lose, bang, we just pull it out the bag. That's
it does happen every time, actually, you're right. It does happen a lot,
yeah.
Ollie.
So I can't see it today, though. I can't, man.
I mean, are you going into the game with no hope, or are you going into the game? Because I've been full of bravado. I'm like, we're Manchester United.
What are you saying? You saying we're going to win?
No, I'm not saying we're going to win. My prediction has always been a draw. I've always said a draw. I've said 0-0.
Yeah.
But I demand a performance today. I demand a performance. This is not a million. This is not Mission Impossible. I know Man City are good, but we can get a result today. The reason I think people are negative is because they've seen how we're playing at the moment. Some of the personnel ain't good enough.
You look at the bench again.
Yeah,
look at the bench. If it's not going good, again, think about it this way. Yeah, how are we supposed to draw confidence? Yeah, how are we supposed to draw confidence when we struggle against Palace? We get Ollie coming out saying, well, looking at who was playing, who'd you bring on? Well, what do you think he's going to do against City then? You know what I mean? That was against Palace away. He ain't going to throw on Ahmad this time and learn from last time, is he? He's not going to throw on Shola or make a change earlier.
They're not going to change at all. The may as well not be there.
No, exactly. So, and you're right. You bang on just before I come on when you was like, well, really, it's only Pogba, Van der Beek that are injured, and obviously Cavani. Van der Beek hasn't been used at all. Cavani, like you said, might leave. And Pogba's like, okay, fair enough. He definitely should start. But other than that, that's our team. And the Bailly thing, we don't talk about it anymore. We just leave it where it is. We don't even bring it up. So, come on. This is our team. So how much progress are we actually making?
Yeah, I know. And I mean, I just said that reality is those players need to react, and I mean, look, if we lose and no one gets sent off, I'd rather someone did. I mean, I know that sounds really weird, but I want to see some fight. I want to see some pride. I want to see something. I want. Many people expect we're going to lose this game. So look, I'm not stupid. I know that losing the game is the biggest outcome because they've won 21 in a row. They're top of the league,
and you can lose this on any day. Yeah. Even if it was in good form. With the right team, they're that good. We can use this there exactly, and that's why I agree with you. I just want to see a performance. Just put in something, and that's quite sad actually because we're second in the league and we are Man United. We're going to the Etihad saying, just don't get battered. Just show us Just show us it means a lot to you. We're actually dropping our standards to say that's all we want from the game. But that's a sad reality of actually where we're at and how far behind. I just keep remembering Ollie's words. We're not going to let them run away with it. I just keep remembering that. We're not going to let them run away with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what we've done. So, and like people are saying in the comments there, we're third now. Exactly. We're third. So unless we win today, I think we remain third, don't we? So the games are coming thick and fast, and the crunch games are coming thick and fast. And if we lose today, which I think we've got a good chance of doing, and Everton or Chelsea win, let's top four scrap on.
Yeah,
top four scrap on.
I also think as well. I mean, look, even if we do lose the game, and I don't want us to lose the game, because I think if we do lose the game, you're going to see it on the fan forum. We're going to see it tonight. Ollie out, and all this is it's inevitable. I can't stop.
Can't change for this though. Can't be Ollie out just for this game. Like you can't. I don't think this should be the game that makes.
I don't think it will. I think there's a momentum behind it, isn't there? That, but this is what I mean. If we lose today, but we lose in a way that shows something, then I will personally go, look, it was always going to be a hard game. I hate losing to them. It's a stark reminder of how... And look, let's not forget, one of the biggest reasons we're behind Man City, because I think last year we beat them twice. Yeah. And they've gone away from us in a year. And why have they gone away from us in a year? Not, we've still got the same coach. They've got the same coach. So are you saying, well, Pep's got better as a coach and Ollie's got worse? I don't think that. I think what's happened is Man City's squad has got better. And that's not on Ollie.
And they got back to their level, though. They got back to the level that
they were poor last year.
They were poor last year, but this is the difference, though. This is where you start talking about the difference of the caliber of teams and the coaching setup. Because when you saw City last year, what was the immediate thing? Well, they won't have another year like that.
Their centre backs were terrible last year as well.
Centre backs were terrible. Do you know what I mean?
And they're not now. They're scoring goals as well.
And this is what I mean. So they don't concede a lot of goals. And there might not be the free-flowing City where, like you said, they're not winning every game 4-5-0. They are scraping out a lot of results, 1-0, 2-1, couple of tight games, which is exactly what you need to win a league. That's why I'm not convinced that we'll get trounced, but I just can't see them not scoring.
We never get trounced, do we? I hope that's not going to get clipped, but we never get smashed.
No, we don't. That better not get clipped. Unless Ollie drastically changes something in terms of their approach and says, listen, guys, right, forget what I said on all them other games against the top six, even though we, got draws in them. Play in this way or play in that way. If we see a clear difference, then you never know. But I with what City are putting up right now and how we're playing and the moment that we're in, like we can't just. I know it's a derby game and people say form goes out the window, but it doesn't always go out the window. Like it doesn't. Like we are looking so tired, so out of ideas, so lost. And I just can't see it just changing.
I'm excited. I've got to say, I'm excited. All this because I'm on a different. There's a lot of people like you. And
sorry to bring it down, mate.
No. I'm not. It just makes me excited. I'm expecting something. I am expecting.
What are you expecting? What are you expecting?
I'm expecting something to just, as I said, if I was Ollie, I'd be like, Scott or Fred or someone. If there's a 50-50 in the first 2 minutes, absolutely crunch them. Like get the team.
Well, you think he's going to say that? Do you think we're going to come out the traps like that and do that?
No, I don't think we'll come out the traps. But what I want to see is a bit of, I've mentioned it before. I remember Wimbledon playing Liverpool in '88 in the FA Cup final. A lot of you won't have even been born. Liverpool were way better than Wimbledon, but Wimbledon roughed them up. Like they roughed them up, and I don't care. Kevin De Bruyne might be one of the best players in the world, but he ain't Tyson Fury. If you can rough him up, if you've got an opportunity to rough him up, I just think United are a timid side as well.
Yeah, we're playing football, not boxing.
No, but you can rough them up. You can use a bit of physicality. You can use a bit of fight. You can use your arms. You can do a bit of shouldering. You can, there's things that you can do.
We have to do a Stoke and a Burnley. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I know. But at least the reason I would be impressed by that is because I don't see us do that. I don't see Maguire use his physicality. I mean, look, Maguire is a useless player when it comes to speed and somebody running at him. But why do we never see his physicality? Why do we not see him bullying players? Because he's bloody huge. Scott McTominay's huge as well. So I want to see.
McTominay can do that.
And I think we can do that, and I want to see that. I want to see something from this game today that makes me think, even if we lose, that there's something to build on there. Because Pogba will be back soon, and Cavani hopefully will be back, and maybe one day he will pick Eric Bailly at centre back. But we need to take something from this game because all I'm hearing, and I'm hearing it from you as well. I understand it, but I'm expecting something today. I'm demanding something today because the thing that for me resonates the most is the fact that Palace was a shit result. And if you can't bounce back in a Man United shirt for a Manchester derby after a bad result, then we are in trouble, really.
I do agree with that. I do agree with, like I said, the playing for the pride. It sounds cliche. It sounds it sounds pathetic in the grand scheme of us being Man United, just going to the game and show heart, like be, passion Chester United. Like, do you know what I mean? That whole roll your sleeves up and bang the badge. But unfortunately, with where we are in the season and how we're playing and how good City are, it's like a realistic outcome, because even if we were playing really well, no matter what team he picked or whoever, we can lose against this team. They're that good right now. Do you know what I mean? And we have to just be honest with where we're at. So the minimum requirement I'm asking for is just show something. Like you said, just show something. If you lose, you lose, but just show something. A lot of playing City right now is a bit of a free hit to many. And we're the next best. Well, we're third now. I keep forgetting that. I keep disrespecting Leicester. We're third now, but us and Leicester are the next best things when we play against City, and the rest of the league should be looking at second to be like, maybe they can beat City and do it. And look, Ollie, if I'm trying to go back to a bit of positive, if there's anyone that can rock up on their ass looking like it's not going to be happening for them and pull out a result out of his backside, it's us and Ollie. Like, it is. It will be the most Man United thing to do, to go and not get beat, but to actually go and win the game. That would be the most Man United thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. Scott did it in Neymar in Paris, and then Neymar did nothing for the rest of the game. Says Finn, exactly. If United lose today, is West Ham a must-win game to secure top four? Well, I don't want to look beyond that, Marlo, really. I don't want to look beyond that. I mean, just very quickly, I'll just show people on the screen as well. What is your actual thought about that team? Martial wasn't starting, late fitness test. Greenwood drops to the bench. Some people are not happy with that. Eric Bays obviously not playing.
Say that again. So, who was going to start?
So Martial wasn't, in fact, apparently even going to be playing. He's had a late fitness test, and there was talk that he might only make the bench, but obviously he's starting. So what's your thoughts on that? He might not even be there. Yeah, so he might not even be there. And this pulls me, and it's quite sad, but this pulls me back into where we are as a squad right now, and the confidence that's been sucked out of it, and in the moment that we're in, we've got out of fire, a misfire in forward line. We've got Rashford, who just looks absolutely drained, supposedly playing on another injury that could need an operation. We've got Bruno having to literally come out in interviews, which I didn't really mind, but that's just where we're at, and defend himself and basically be like, I can play against the top six. You've got Dan James, who's played himself into form, where actually I think he should start. Mason Greenwood is not scoring, but growing. Cavani's out. That's our whole front line, what I just described there. So the fact that Martial was facing a late fitness test when he's not in the best of form as it is, he's been dropped a couple of times, he's not feeling great. It might not fill you with confidence, but then again, Tony, when you're going to turn up, this is it. You got to play. Go and do your thing. Go and prove us wrong. Go and put in a good performance. So yeah, it doesn't fill me with the most confidence. It feeds into why I think we won't win the game in the first place. But like I say, man, hopefully I'm wrong. I mean, I look at Bruno on the pitch there, and I'm just like, yes, give me more, give me more, give me more. I'm just.
What? Give him more? What? He's hardly had a kick in the top six games.
I know. But this is it. I mean, Roy Keane said, "Stop being a baby and just play well." I was really disappointed in Roy about that, because it just shows no tactical acumen. And he clearly knows bloody tactics. He's the best Premier League captain there's ever been. He knows about bloody football. But I just think he's a bit bitter towards Bruno, because I'm predicting Bruno's going to have a bad game. I don't know about you, because he won't get the ball.
Yeah, it's another. This is what I mean. Like, we predicted many things about this game. One thing that you can put a tick in the boxes is that Bruno will probably be starved of the ball. Bruno will get frustrated. Bruno will go looking for the ball coming deep. Bruno will try the ball because he hasn't seen the ball in so long, because of the way that he plays. In these type of moments where he can be frustrating, he's looking to just find a killer pass instead of playing simple. I can predict Bruno's game 100%.
You know what?
I say 100%, not 100%, but you know what I mean.
I mean, just quickly, who Anderson says the fact that Lindelof starts before Bay despite carrying an injury drives me insane. Yeah, I think we can't say anything more about that, because we're all frustrated by that. It's bloody ridiculous. And to be honest with you, if we lose goals because of Maguire and Lindelof today, then Ollie's going to get it, because he can't, nobody agrees with him on it. So, why you do a minority decision all the time? Everybody, ex-players, fans, media, thinks he shouldn't be picking Maguire and Lindelof, and he does it. So he's setting himself up. It has to work. If it doesn't work, he's going to get the pelters again, isn't he? But, we've all been frustrated. There's sometimes in life or in a day where you really want something, you're frustrated, you're fit to burst. And I do feel that, I feel like that about my football today. I feel like if I don't get a moment from United today where we score, I'm going to be ready to burst because I feel.
Will you?
I can feel it in my stomach. I'm ready. I'm ready now to go. Right? Get in. I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. And it's
100%. Sit down. You're ready. Listen, you're ready.
Even if it's when they're winning 8-0 and we get one. Get in. I told you, but no, I just feel that. That's people say, what are you feeling? And that's what I'm feeling. I don't. People will know. I don't go into every game expecting results like 0-0. I thought last week against Chelsea was nailed on, but I feel there's a moment in this game, and I don't know whether that's history of these games, the Rooney overhead, and we've had some cracking goals against Man City. Michael Owen 4-3 at Old Trafford. I remember falling off the bloody chair for that. So but I just feel there is a moment in this game for Manchester United, and you know what? I shouldn't just feel that. There should be. That's what Manchester United should do. We should get it. So I demand it. I'm not being naive. I'm not being over the top. This is the standard that Manchester United... We should not be. You should not be, Flex, as a Manchester United fan, and half the live comments should not be sat there as Manchester United fans. I understand why you are, but what I'm saying is, as a Man United fan, you shouldn't be going into a game against Man City expecting to lose and not thinking we're going to score. How low are our expectations being
and
brought
thinking
down?
that's not too bad, and thinking that's not too bad if we show passion.
Well, I know, but this is the lowest the expectations that have been lowered, isn't it?
Yeah, the bar's on the floor, mate. The bar's on the floor. But what I was going to ask you is this, right? You know all these shit 0-0s that we've been getting, and we've been fuming with them, and the Chelsea one. It's weird because it's about context. The Palace one is kind of the worst. The Chelsea one was crap, but we accepted it because of where we were in the league versus them. And the Sociedad one was the first of the 0-0s, but we were 4-0 up. So we thought, you know what? It wasn't really about the performance. There's players injured. We've got Chelsea coming up, etc., etc. This game, though, after the Palace 0-0, are we entitled to go mad again at another 0-0 in the context of this game? If it was in the right way, like today. Had shots on target, and Edison made a few saves, whatever. But we cancelled each other out, and it was just 0-0.
That'd be great.
What would you say?
No, yeah? I think 0-0. I would sit here now and say that 0-0 is a good result because it is. But I don't.
Will we be going mad again though?
No. But the thing is, I think if it's 0-0, they've hit the post 4 times. We've just parked the bus. Then I don't think it will be received that well. I think United fans are looking for more than that now. I think in the first 3 months with Ollie, people would have gone, wow, it's his first 3 months. He's been in a job 2 years now, Flex. Like, there has to be more than sit back and get a lucky 0-0. It's a good result, and I think a lot of people would say, wow, they're brilliant. You're going to get the pro crowd who are going to go, it's a great result. 0-0 will be a good result for us, but it will also be a result that's... It depends how you get the 0-0, because there will be a lot of bad reaction to it if it is just a shit 0-0. But if it's a good 0-0, like you say, you've got that thing that I think we've got to take from this game. We've got to take something from this game that's just more than I suppose a sit back and hope.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on that. I think it is about the way that we play, the manner. The eye test is everything. It isn't about certain percentages or this, that, and the other. We'll know by the eye test whether we've played well or not. Well, I will anyway. I know a lot of other people will. But one thing I was thinking is that Ollie moved away from playing 5 at the back in these big games, like from last season, in a way that was like, because it got to a point last season where we were like, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It got to a point when we were like, that's just not Man United. All right, we got the couple results and stuff, but I don't want to see us having to play 5 defenders or whatever. I want to see us playing how we should play, but he's done that, and then since getting battered by Spurs, he's still kept the same formation. But we're not causing anywhere near as much problems as we did when we played with 5, and that's an issue. Because then what was the reason of changing then and trying to move forward? Because it hasn't worked.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people were saying that maybe he will go back to the back 5 for the game today, but I was like, you can almost see why he might do it, but to me, it's not the right game to do it. No. Why isn't Ollie playing the diamond with Donny? Because Donny's injured and Smurf United. How come De Gea's last match and Bailly today get benched at the stage of this season? Shouldn't the starting 11 be consistent now? So David De Gea's in Spain. I don't think some people actually check the news for the team.
They just don't.
They just talk about it. I mean, look,
probably switched off.
Would you have made any changes to that team? I didn't ask you that. Is that people moaning about the team? Is there any? The only change I said I would make was Eric Bailly, and I wouldn't have started James. I would have started Greenwood.
I agree. I agree. Actually would have started James though. I think James is in a good moment. And I think actually it's the unpopular thing because no one, Dan James has taken a lot of stick and stuff. But for me, I think he's actually playing really well. I do. I know.
Such a limited player though, isn't he?
He is a limited player.
But then again, so's Fred and McTominay. So
but then I look at the others and I look at what they're doing in these games when Dan James has been playing. They've been piss all as well. They've done nothing.
You can't go in on. You're right. You can't just go in on Dan James.
I've actually kind of. I don't know whether I've just looked at myself as a fan and gone, why do I have this? It's kind of nice to not want Dan James in a team. Like, I'm looking at it like, do you know what? He's coming.
Because he's not good enough, mate. That's what it is.
Yeah, the long term.
In a team that you want Man United to be.
No, exactly. But right now, in this moment, I'm not going to be like, it's a disgrace that he's playing right now in this moment, in this current squad. Well, what's anyone else doing? And when he's come on, he's engaging defenders and at least trying to do something. It's not great, I get it, and we need better. But I don't know. I think maybe I've just been with Ricky chilling and seeing the light. Maybe it's that. Maybe Dan James is the guy.
Midnight Zoom calls about tonight, Fleck. 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. I've got all the videos. It's a Zoom thing.
Me and Rick do reruns of the Rocks. We do watch-alongs.
We won't get a copyright strike. It's on a private IP. Just watch Dan James. Look at what I'm doing. You've edited it, haven't you? No, that is Dan James' head. No, I'm not that thick. You've put Dan James's head on top of Neymar. You can tell it's not him.
Hold on, mate. His body's black, mate. What do you mean? His face as well. What are you doing?
But no, I mean, look. I think in seriousness, I sort of do disagree. I do agree with you because I think that with Dan James, he's very limited, and I do think he's very limited. He is Sonic the Hedgehog. He does get his head down and run, but Fred's got no passing range. He can't shoot. So what's the difference between Fred and Dan James? They're both honest. They both put a shift in, and they're both limited.
There you go. Listen to
Two unlimited. Are you ready for this? No one will know what he's on about. 2 unlimited.
Why are you like this? Like why? How?
It's not going to last. We're going to be 2-0 down after 10 minutes, and I'm going to be breaking everything up. I'm just being positive before kickoff.
Here's my thing for positivity. Then I'm saying this. I'm saying Dan James is going to have an influential game.
I just don't think City. I mean, I don't rate Zinchenko. I do not rate Zinchenko, but I just don't think City will play a high line. Last season you could get at that defence. They don't concede goals. Everyone said, do you think they're just going to, we're going to get opportunities on the break? I don't think Pep will be stupid enough to allow us to have space on the break. I think he'd rather win the game 1-0 and just keep the ball in the midfield.
Yeah, true. They just want to get results. One thing, actually, this shows how shit we are, actually, but I'm going to do it anyway because it is a massive talking point. Do you think there could be any controversial kind of like refereeing decisions? You look at what VAR's been doing, all this handball stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, mate, I looked in the Championship yesterday. I looked at in Watford's game. There was loads of crap happening.
I don't know what handball is anymore.
The Middlesbrough game. I saw the Arsenal game. The Fulham one before that. Like the
Pepe one was a handball, but then I was like, it can't be handball because we didn't get it, and
there you go.
Kante did it. So.
When did it change? Did I actually tweet? Did I just miss the memo? Like, do you know what I mean?
I've got to warn people if it hits someone's hand, I don't know.
Who knows? So who's the referee today? Is it Mike Dean?
I can't see him on the pitch at the moment. But here's Harry Maguire. Come on, lads. Yeah, I've done my bit. Ollie, that all right? Yeah, I'll do. But I'm only taking a piss. I want to see
James
some
masterclass.
I want to see some delivery today. That's a nice tracksuit top for City. I normally hate their stuff, but I can't see the ref. Someone will tell us the ref. Kevin Friend's not the ref. Don't do that to me.
No, I think he just done one.
Does anyone else find it funny? Mark says Pepe. Says Joshua Bowwater. What, Pepe? If you can't get Sancho, should you go for Traore? Says Mahalo. And man, I hope we will not end up chasing the ball 80% of the game and trying to send up random long balls into counters.
Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony, man. You got the gloves on. You got the gloves on with the long underlayer.
Ollie's chewing his gum. Ollie looks angry already. He's chewing his gum.
Tell you what, Mark, I've changed.
He's up for it now. See, I've won. I've done it.
Yeah. You've convinced me. Come on, man. It's a derby. It's
Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor. He's the worst referee in the book. I can't stand him. He's shit. He's my worst ref. He's my worst ref. He's took over this year.
Worse than Mike Dean?
Yeah, he's the worst.
Worse than Michael Oliver?
Yeah. I'm not saying it just because of this game. Oh, I'm fed up now. No, he is the worst ref. He's awful. I cannot say how much I think Anthony Taylor is a bad referee. I turned off the FA Cup final. I turned it off after 70 minutes. I was like,
yeah,
this is he's awful.
Chelsea just got red card at Arsenal. Yeah.
He's terrible.
Yeah, he is bad. He is bad. No, I'm not changing. I'm not getting gassed because you know what it is when you see the players doing the high knees and quick stretching, you think yeah, this is it. Actually, no. I'm still sticking with what I think. I don't think we're going to get a result, but my God, would I love to be proved wrong in this game.
I'm going to stay positive because one of us got to. But no, I have been feeling good. Nathan says Fernandes 2 shots and De Bruyne to score. Marky. Let me know from Aussie. We love you, says Nathan. I'm going 0-0. What are you going with, Flex?
2-0 City.
Yeah. I don't.
Sorry,
all these people talking about us getting beat 3-4-0. We don't get smashed.
I don't think
Spurs smashed us because we had 10 men.
Tight. Yeah, 2-0 tight. 2-0 tight. Might even be 1-0 tight, but I just don't think we'll score.
Yeah, I do. I've said that.
I really
hope
I'm wrong.
It will be an achievement if we score, which is probably why I'll celebrate it so much because even if we're losing. But all right, well we'll get you on at half time. We're about to kick off here, but
cool.
Hopefully you'll be feeling a little bit more positive at half time.
Yeah, let's see what happens at half time. All right, see you then.
All right, speak to you in a bit, pal.
Cool, bye.
So we'll get Flex back on at half time. Please smash a like on the video and share the video. You can click the share button, share the video, and we're about to kick off. I've got the timer ready as well. Let me just get that there. It will change from 52:34 in a moment. And subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to 2,000, 1,002,000. We're about 50 away. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe, get involved in the channel. You're all very, very welcome. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. Loads of shows, loads of live interactive shows on the United Stand. I've got the fan forum with Flex, KG and the boys after the game, my match reaction after the game. You can vote for the player ratings, which we do as well. But we are good to go. And I want to see, from minute one, I want to see something here. I don't want to see this game... I don't want to see a lax performance. I want to see something from us. Don't give the onus to them. Because you know what will happen. And there we go. We're kicking off. The timer's working. I want to see it today. I want to see something special today. Fred, bicycle kick to send the fans mad. 4-1 City, says Fergal. And Mark, can you believe the Scousers have failed to score at home in 115 shots? No matter what happens, at least we won't sink that low. Gustav, don't. Just don't. Man United are capable of anything. So, let's see how these first few minutes go. I don't actually think we will end up playing super deep. I mean, Maguire's playing high up there. Here's Rashford. Into Martial. In the box. Take a tumble. Penalty! Get in, Manchester United. I told you. I bloody told you today was going to be the day. I said that. Martial's in the box. He's got 4 players around him. He takes a tumble like Mr. Tumble. CBB's massive. It's a stupid tackle by Jesus. Can I just say, I love Anthony Taylor and Anthony Martial. What a twat Jesus is. What is he doing? It's a stone waller and Manchester United have got a penalty straight away. Yabba dabba do. Let's do this. Bruno, come on. I'm going to get my moment. I'm going to get my moment right at the start. Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. 100% penalty as well. Jesus has made a massive effort. We've got something to hold on to if Bruno scores. He steps up. Come on. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. Come on. Anthony Taylor. Look, they're trying to put him off. They're shouting at him. Bruno. Up he steps. Yes, it's in! Edison's hand gets to it. It's in. Sit down, Roy Keane. Sit down, Graham Souness, you bloody haters. He's turned up in a big game. He's scored a penalty. Oh, it's only a penalty. Fire. Call the fire brigade because there's a fire in Manchester and it's started by the fire starter. You can't start a fire without a spark. Bruno Fernandes, Anthony Martial, get in. 1-0. Got it. I told you there was going to be a moment today and I didn't expect it in the first 2 minutes, but we've got it. Bada bing. Shut up. Sit down. 1-0. End it. Stop it. Call it off. Throw in the towel, Pep. It's over. Unfortunately, there's another 88 minutes to go, but Manchester United lead 1-0. Come on. Woo! Get in. I mean, that's it. I'm happy for the day. We've scored a goal. Bruno scored it. Anthony Martial's won it. It can only get worse from here. Stop the count. Yeah, literally, it can only get worse from here. enjoy this. Although, Bruno's in again. Rashford. Oh my God, what a start. It was a stonewall penalty as well. It was a stonewall penalty. What a prat Jesus is. And Manchester United have got something here. Go on, McTominay. What's that? It's into Rashford. Overlap. Wait for Shaw. Oh, it's a shit ball by Rashford. He could have put that into his path. Go on, Luke. Oh, shoot straight at the keeper. What a start by Manchester United. Stop the fight. Throw in the towel, Pep. You boys are taking one hell of a beating. Park the bus, Pep. Park the bus. Bloody hell. What a start by Manchester United this is. Brilliant. Loving it. Keep it up, lads. Keep it up. We wanted a reaction. We're getting a reaction. He's got a t-shirt. He's got a jumper saying open arms. He needs a hug already. Put your hood up. Bloody hell, what a start. They're in disarray here, Man City. They haven't turned the oil on. They're freezing. Someone turn the oil pipe on, quick. We're freezing out here. United playing very high up the pitch. Come on. I'm loving it. I wish the ref would blow the whistle. Well, this is a good press by United. Keep that press going. Go on, Fred. Can't get out at the moment. Good high press here. I told you, didn't I? What did I say? I've got a feeling. I want to see something today. I've got a feeling. I want to see a reaction. That's a shit pass by Lindelof. That should have gone to Fred. Come on, Dean. Better than that. Just give him free possession. We can't keep this. Well, we won't keep this energy up for ages. No. Thanks for the sticker, Renate. Come on, United, Mark. You're making me laugh. Keep it up. Love the chat, says Taryn. I'm hyped. I'm pumped up for this one. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up. I'm just going to enjoy every minute that we're beating Man City. I said before the game, if you've tuned in a bit late, I said to Flex and everyone who was watching, I said I felt that there was an explosion in me, that there was a moment in me, and I got it so soon. I knew there was going to be a moment today. It might all come crashing down. It could. But at the moment, we've had the moment, and here comes Man City. De Bruyne. No, Wan-Bissaka's got it. Drive. Go on, Wan. Nice ball into Bruno. He's having a look. Into Rashford. Martial. Go on. Get your feet going, Martial. He's got it. Lovely ball by Bruno. Come back. That's our throw-in. Shut up, Cancelo. You're just a Poundland Wan-Bissaka. You're all bloody useless. You've just been... Yeah, they've only won 21 games because they've been chucking oil money at everyone. There you go. And Ollie said, no, I ain't taking your money. We're going to beat you. Oh, there's only 6 minutes gone. Who's looking at the clock wishing it said 86 minutes and not 6? I don't think I can keep this up for long. Wan-Bissaka. That's it, Dan. Just give it to somebody else. That's all you've got to do today. Run around and give the ball to somebody else until you get a chance. 8 of the last penalties, Martial's won them, says Cobb. I'm really pleased for Martial as well. He's... Rashford, you need to move that first time. You see Rashford there, he's turned the man. There's a pass to Martial and he tries to do some more. Get rid of the ball. Mark Neville just said that if you give Anthony the ball, he causes problems. It's getting him the ball that's the problem, says Sean from Ireland. Yeah, but you know, all these ex-players, they slate Martial all the time. What ratio of fans in the Etihad are tourists and actual fans, says Mihailo? Well, there's no fans in there at the moment. But United have got an opportunity to put a cross into the ball. I'm fuming, as usual, relying on penalties and Bruno, says Zane. Shut up. Martial won the penalty. Oh, yes. We're back. Luke Shaw with the cross. Not a very good one. The thing I love about the penalty is it was stone wall. Come on, put some tackles in. Go on, put a bloody tackle in. Take him out. Welcome to the Members Club, Eric. Mark, how's your blood pressure? It's probably quite good while he win, actually, because it's positive, isn't it? It's not stress. It's enjoyment. It's elation. It's adrenaline. City just passing it around the back at the moment. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We were very close to 2,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved in the channel. Oh, here we go. De Bruyne on the left. Get rid of it, Maguire. It's a bit of a shit clearance, but he's got away with it. Oh, Dan James gives it up to Sterling. I just want someone to crunch someone on a tackle as well. My day's complete then. 1-0. Come on, get tight. Gundogan. Is that how you say it? Gundogan. Even though it's Gundogan. Gundogan is how you say it. What's happened here? Drop ball. Jack Spain says, honest on Neville as a player and a pundit. I think he's a brilliant player. I think as a pundit, he's just the same as you. He's just the same as any pundit. They get things wrong, they get things right. You know, when you've got space to fill, I should know, sometimes you talk a load of shit. It's a good kick out by Henderson to Luke Shaw. Under pressure as well. We've got to use the ball well today. Well done, Maguire. Into Bruno. Martial. Looks better, Martial, today. I think already you can tell that Martial is relishing this game. He wants to prove a point, and it's a shit ball by Maguire. I just wish Rashford would play the ball instead of taking an extra touch sometimes. It's the only thing he needs to do to take himself to that next level. It's only bloody 10 minutes gone. I'm sure that 9 minutes has been stuck on there for 5. They're messing with the clock now. It's ironic the clock's going slow when they're an oil club. That's meant to, you put oil on a clock, it gets it working better. 10 minutes, that's all we've had. Thoughts on Keane's comments regarding Bruno, says Big. I'm not going to read your second name. You say Gundogan as Gundogan, says Lil Octopus. I'm going to have a quick stretch. Good. We've kept the ball well. We have kept the ball well so far. I'm happy with that. "90 minutes can't cook." Oh, yeah, you just want this game to end. 100%. There's nothing wrong with that. But we've basically been given a 1-0 head start in this game, so I would try and tell people to pretend it's 0-0. Pretend it's 0-0, Harry. But it's 1-0. No, keep the mentality that it's 0-0. Go again. 2-0. A good start, belief plus momentum equals victory, says Ali Hamouda. Well, I'm not going to start saying I told you so, but I've gone for 5 minutes and there's a penalty for Fernandes. You could not write this, says Fernando. They're missing Walker. Well, no, I think that's Man City's first choice team I've seen out there. They normally pick Cancelo. Oh, Rashford should have wanted that a little bit more there. Oh, he's given a foul on Bruno. I've said this so many times before, though. We've walked into games against Man City. I can't believe how many United fans don't actually do their homework. We've been playing Man City for the last few years, even under Jose, even under Van Gaal. Oh, they're going to smash us. They're going to smash us. It doesn't normally happen. There's something about a derby that's a great leveller, and it doesn't normally happen. So all these people, we're going to get smashed today. We're going to get beat 3 or 4-0 today. And I'm like, it's a Manchester derby. And we've just had a terrible result. These are the professional players. They've got to react. They've got to play to their potential. They have to do it. And this first 12 minutes, if you were an alien being dropped down or you just woke up from a coma, you'd be like, I presume Man City are shit and Man United are the best team. Well, at the moment we are. But it's always a leveller. I'm not saying we're going to win the game, but this fascination that we were going to turn up and get smashed, I just don't know. I just don't know. You've got to believe. How would you fix Liverpool? Not my problem. I can't do two things at a time. I'm just trying to fix Manchester United at the moment. I don't, on a seriousness, I haven't got time to think about it, but what is going on at Liverpool, I just don't know. Mark, you excited for the Euros? Harvey, not really. My team's 1-0 up against top of the league, who are very good. My focus is on that. Please share the video, by the way. Lots of people tuning in. I'm sure many of you are waiting for... It's like the calm before the storm. You're waiting for that moment where United revert to form. But we haven't conceded in our last 2 Premier League games. No. We haven't. And I don't rate Jesus. I think he's shit. I do not rate Jesus as well. No wonder Man City are looking at bringing a striker in. It was a stonewall penalty. And I don't even think he's that good. To me, Jesus is just the Brazilian Lacazette. He's the Brazilian Charlie Austin. He's a half decent striker in a very good side. I don't think he's very good. I think Martial's better. I do. Maybe not this season because Martial's not having his greatest season, but I don't rate Jesus. I don't. And even if he scores, it doesn't mean I'm wrong. That just serves, if you give me a chance in the penalty box for Man City, I'll bury it. Not all the time, but you know what I mean? They're footballers. What does he do to make you think that Jesus is a top-class player? Like, a top-class player is something who does something. His goal scoring is run-of-the-mill. He's just a run-of-the-mill sort of striker. Someone's told Magaluf to push up high. Kariki, show me the United Stand videos, please, says Neck P. And have you seen how high our defensive line is, says Daniel Harding. Yeah, well, I don't think we're scared. I don't think Jesus is particularly fast, is he? Yeah, Tony says Liverpool need to do a factory reset. Yeah. You know that little button where you put the pin in. But 15 minutes, then 5 minutes have gone relatively quick. It's going to be a long 75 minutes, says Ethan. What would it mean if we would beat City today? Ben, too soon. Too soon. And Jesus is another, I often wonder if he's really Brazilian. He's bang average, says KA. Have you seen how high our defensive line is? Yeah, I mean, it's not particularly high at the moment. Oh, here we go. Fred, he's won it. Go on, Bruno. He's gone over the top. Rashford, he ain't going to get there. I think Greenwood actually is better for the press than James. James doesn't push up until the ball has already bypassed him, says Luke Darling. Here's Rashford. Oh, went for the shot. The regular amount of City fans in for the game, they probably had more of a crowd during COVID. Usually my motto for the pub, turn up to get smashed, says Seb Watson. I think that good win that by Fred. Good ball into Rashford. He's not really got any option on, and the shot was on. He had he had more of the shot on goal than I thought that you could see there, Rashford. To be fair, but I mean, look, let's have a look at the tactical lay of the game now. At 0-0, Pep's probably like, yeah, no, what? We're not going to go gung ho. We're not going to leave space at the back. We're just going to, play our way into the game, get the first goal, and then Man United don't score goals. Obviously, with that early goal for United, Man City have got to score now. They have to, at some point, go a little bit more on the front foot, which hopefully will leave us with space on the back. This is the perfect result for Man United at the moment because we've got the win. City have got to go to score, and that could leave a door open at the back. So we've just got to be very, very careful here because the game could open up for us on the break. Yeah, but we are playing a higher line. We're definitely playing a higher line. The funny thing is, if we played Eric Bailly, we could have played an even higher line because they don't really have a load of pace. And the reason we'll be playing a higher line is because we don't want them to get on the edge of our box because that's when Man City come alive. They can do all the little ticky-tackers, can't they? Interception by Luke Shaw there. Sing Blinding Lights for Dan James, says Alex. No thanks. And my birthday tomorrow, Mark. Great content. Come on, United, says Christopher Hodgkinson. Okay. They're just struggling to find a plan B because they thought a plan A would be easy. There's the ball over the top. Jesus up against Lindelof. Good block by Lindelof. I thought he got the better of him there. I think Lindelof plays him... I mean, Lindelof does well, but I think Lindelof gives him a little bit of space there. But good block by Lindelof. Tello says he's going to leave again because we scored when he wasn't on the stream before. Perfect scenario for DJ, is it? Says Andre. Well, I think Rashford, Martial and Dan James, they've all got pace. But yeah, I mean, somebody just mentioned Luke Shaw. We expect this out of Luke Shaw now, don't we? This domination on the left-hand side. And he's tucked in, though. I don't like that from Luke. He's tucked in a little bit too close. Gundiana shoots over the bar. Mark, would you take either Haaland or Lautaro Martinez or another player with lethal credentials, says Terrell Davis? I don't think we should be going for a striker, mate. I've said it so many times. We need some creativity from the midfield. That's actually not far away from Gundogan. No, it is. It's bloody miles away. I thought it was closer than it was. It's miles wide. "20 minutes. It's going to be a long game, this. Good play by Martial. Yeah, he does everything right there. Good hold-up play. I've always said Martial, he doesn't get enough credit for his hold-up play. Switching of the play by McTominay. Good to Luke Shaw. Impressive. Man City trying to press us. Here's Maguire into Luke Shaw. Yeah, I think Martial's playing well. That will be causing a few people problems, I suppose. But Man United player, I've told you, whatever happens in the summer happens in the stomach. You've got to get behind these players today in a game like this. I mean, many of them has let us down. I think many of us think that many of them aren't good enough. But it's Manchester City. They've got to get. We need a result. If we end up getting a result here, it will be used for the club to mask the problems we are having at the moment, says Ollie. Oh, mate, we're Manchester United fans. We can't start saying, well, I hope we don't win because it will mask the problems. We've got to want to win. You've got to want to win. This is the first time I remember us pressing with entire front six across the whole pitch, even ganging up on the outlet when they switched the ball, says Sean Finity. But it's because we played a high line, mate. I need to write that down for the match reaction. We're playing a high line. It means you can press higher up the pitch. Although McTominay's lost Gundogan here. Gundogan. That's it. Why don't we do it every game, says Jake. Well, let's just deal with this game, Jake. We can digress and digest the result when we've got the result. I mean, Man City have had 65% possession. So, you know, that's still a problem. Watch out. Sterling's got it here on the far side. Wan-Bissaka normally pockets Sterling and Mahrez normally gets pocketed by Shaw. So defensively, I don't rate Jesus. We should be able to deal with them if the midfield does their job. It's the midfield picking up the runners. Gundogan and De Bruyne, really. Oh, God. Jay's talking about how many penalties we've got. Jay, it's a penalty. What do you want... Do you want Man United fans to feel guilty about getting a stonewall penalty? There's nothing unjustified about it. It's a penalty. You can't call us Penchester United when it's a penalty. Here's Rashford on the break. Needs some help. Might have to go himself. Keep going. I needed a bit of help there. Would you still take Sancho even though he prefers City? Well, he doesn't prefer City. He doesn't want to go back to City, you prat. An impressive start by Dan James again. He's developed into an extraordinary player under Solskjaer's tutelage, and finally you doubt as a silence, says Lloyd. Lloyd's a troll, by the way. I thought he was talking sense for a minute, and then I was just like, actually, what has Dan James done in the first few minutes? Oh, Sterling on the far side. Good tackle, Wan-Bissaka. That's not a penalty. Sterling wanted a penalty. Martial, look at the strength from Martial here. And he doesn't get the foul either. Here we go. The Anthony Taylor show's about to kick in now. Man City wants a penalty there. come on. We're getting a bit sloppy now with our passing. We're not picking up the runners. Daz says it looked like a penalty. I don't think it did. I think he dived. Belongs in a swimming pool, Sterling. He's running round in Speedos. Few people saying it did look like a penalty. Not to me. Have a stretch, Mark. Thanks, pal. Hold on a minute. Sit down. Cancelo with the cross. Maguire doing his job on the front post there. Every player in our starting 11 is 28 or younger, says Kyle. So, here we go. Let's have a look. Sterling into the box. De Bruyne, good save by Henderson. And Cancelo into Rodri. Got to be careful here. I think it could have been a penalty for Sterling, but I don't think I would have given it. No. It wasn't a clear penalty. Shut up. There was nothing clear about it. I think I've seen him given, but I don't think it was I think it's a 50-50 one at best. Here's Mahrez. Shoots wide. I didn't think it was a penalty. I've not changed my mind. And that's not even bias. I just don't think it was a penalty. Let's have a look at this shot here. Is it Zinchenko? No, it's straight at Henderson, to be fair. I thought it was De Bruyne who hit it. It's the hair. It's just a powerful shot straight at Henderson. Palms it away. Sit down. It's not a penalty. Anthony Taylor, you've got the wrong bank details. He didn't get the check. If Jesus is average, so is Rashford, says Oof. Oh, that they're burning at the moment. Someone call the fire brigade. The bitter sods are burning. Oh, that's terrible by Fred. This is where we're gonna come undone in the midfield. McTominay and Fred in the last few minutes, we're not getting the ball to them forwards anymore. We're reverting to what we were before. When was the last time Bruno got a pass? Need to get hold of the ball, says Jason M. Yeah, we need to get hold of the ball. City've got the ball at the moment. Jesus up against Lindelof. Into the box. Turns him. Oh, who's marking De Bruyne? I mean, how can De Bruyne be unmarked on the edge of the bloody box? Who's marking who? Lovely play by Luke Shaw. Got to start picking up the men. Oh, what's wrong with Luke Shaw? Oh, no. He's all right. I thought he was injured there. I get anxiety when Fred touches the ball, says Timothy. I mean, look, the biggest problem with this Manchester United side is we know the centre-backs. We know the centre-back is a problem. But in recent weeks, it's been the CDM and their lack of ability on the ball. Fred has been poor on the ball the last 10-15 minutes, says Salah. We're losing the ball a lot. A lot. I mean, Bruno's just lost it there. City's wingers are crap compared to Sane, says Sean Atwood. And come on, Fred, make the bloody pass, says Connor. We're going deeper and deeper here. Fred is shocking. Can't pass, panics and needs to replace him. Just not good enough. There's nobody else though, Richie. That's the problem. I've got a feeling Bruno loves to score these penalties just to spite the haters, says Jace. 27 minutes gone. See, Fred's picked up from where he left off. He's so bad, says Sean Negative Turner. We're getting bypassed in the middle at the moment, though. They're just bypassing us. It's going to be a long game if we don't get hold of this ball. Mahrez up against Shaw. Oh, he's put him on his arse. You don't normally see that, but Mahrez put Luke Shaw on his arse there. That's a crap ball by Rashford as well. Got to sort our passing out. How's De Bruyne played that pass and then won the pass? Bloody hell, lads! Sloppy. We've gone really sloppy at the moment. Lovely play by Mahrez. He really did put Luke Shaw down there. Hi Mark, it's my birthday today. Loving the content, so keep up the great work. You're right about non-English players in the media having seen today, says Daryl K. Thanks for the super chat, pal. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, we've got over 40,000 watching. Massive game this now. Man United leading 1-0. Half an hour gone. Good first 10 minutes for United, but we've slipped into old habits in the last 10 minutes. Can't get out our own half. Poor passing. Sloppy work rate. Cross comes in. Luke Shaw, back post. Go on, Harry. What sort of head is that, Harry? Get rid of it, Bruno. Lovely ball into Fred. He's done it again. A shit pass again. He's won a foul, thank God. Check it. Somebody check his passport. He ain't Brazilian. I tell you what, he's a work rate. He puts work in, but he can't pass. He can't score. I'm worried. That midfield is worrying me. Man United's midfield is worrying me. That midfield too. I feel like our press game is being held back by the tight fixture schedule, says Glyn. High press is an intense game and we don't have the fittest squad. Well, Man City are getting hold of this ball a lot at the moment. Seems like confidence has dropped massively after spurning those early chances, says the LMH. We're going deeper and deeper. That's the problem. It works when you play higher and higher. Here we go. What a ball out to Rashford. Lovely ball by Bruno. Here we go. Oh, Marcus. Switch on. Got to switch on. Everybody's got to switch on. First 10 minutes, we were brilliant. That's a dodgy ball. What is Rashford playing that ball for like that? Bloody relaxing, whacking a ball back to Lindelof with Jesus on him, breathing down him. Sloppy by McTominay. For fuck's sake. We're masters of our own downfall here. What are we doing? Sloppy passing. Just get hold of the game a little bit. Slow it down. Fredo Jesus, who are you having? Brazilian off, says Seb. What? I'm checking both passports, Seb. If Liverpool sack Klopp, please get him to United, says Varun. We're winning here, lads. Come on. Lads and ladies. Come on. 30 minutes. Okay, now McTominay. Our passing is bloody dreadful. The sooner we get some CDMs, the better. We just give the ball up. I'll tell you what, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's done a fantastic job to get us into the top four with that midfield pivot because they're just bloody shite. Got to improve that passing. Got to improve it. What's happening now is the game's starting to drift to what we feared it would be. Martial isolated. Bruno not getting the ball. Dan James and Rashford really just bloody wing backs. We're getting dragged into the game that we didn't want to get dragged into. I thought we started off in the first 10 minutes really well. We need to get back to that fast. I think both Fred and McTominay's passing's been bad. That's a good tackle by Maguire. Oh, Anthony Taylor, look at him. I bloody hate Anthony Taylor. He thinks he's a tough guy. Get out my way. I'm getting my yellow card out. Oh, shut up. You ruined the FA Cup final, you prat. You're a shit ref. That's not a yellow card. That's exactly the tackle I'm talking about in a derby where it's there to be won and you go and give it. There's not a yellow card on this. That's never a yellow card. Never a yellow card. He's a shit ref. On a positive, I think Maguire's one booking away from a suspension. I think you get 9, you get a suspension, don't you? Yeah, Maguire got a yellow. He won the bloody ball. He won the ball. It's exactly the sort of tackle in a derby you want to make. I'm applauding that. You know, there's a 50-50 ball to go and win. Fucking go and win it. Well played, Wan-Bissaka. Dan James hardly had any of the ball, but that's a good pass by Dan James. Much better than anything we're getting from the midfield. And that's a foul on Martial. Take the foul. Shut up. I'm glad this chair moves about a bit. I'm going to need it today. I'm older than I wish to be. This town holds no more for me. All my life. Oasis are Man City fans. Sit down, Liam. Sit down, Noel. Not together. You don't like each other at the moment, but don't look back in anger. Oh, there's plenty of them. I'm getting too cocky. It's too soon. Sterling, crap ball, goal kick. Come on. Come on. Sunday night drink if we win. Bonus. It's a bonus Friday if we win. Anthony Taylor ref with Mike Dean, fourth official. Who are the linesmen? Mickey Mouse and Homer, says Ryan. Well, people who say moaning about the ref when you had a penalty. It's the most stonewall penalty I've seen this season. Who gives the ball away more, Fred or Rashford, says Lewis. I don't think you're wrong. I do not think you're wrong. I think this is always dangerous from United, trying to pass out from the back. Why do we try and pass out from the back when we've got McTominay and Fred? I don't understand that. How can you pass out from the back when you've got two players who can't pass? Interesting prospect. It's a free kick, is it? Or an offside? Irish G says he's drinking now. Trouble with drinking early is if it goes bad. I thought they'd gone to Ollie and he was asleep there. He looked like someone's dad. He was like that. I thought he was fast asleep. He's looking at his monitor. Imagine if he was. The hate he'd get. Oh, come on. Let's just keep enjoying it. For as long as it lasts. Let's just keep enjoying this. 35 minutes. 10 minutes to half time. Trouble is, their bench is magnificent, isn't it? What a ball by Gundogan, and thankfully it didn't have the weight on it. Sterling had spun Lindelof, but it goes through to Henderson. Yeah, too much weight on that. Here we go, passing out from the back again. That's better because it's into Bruno. Not Fred. Not Fred. Not Fred. Not bloody Fred. What is he doing? Don't bloody do that. He thinks he's bloody Maradona. You're not Brazilian. Neither's Maradona. Go on then, Rashford. Oh, he's bloody paid it to a City player. Can't believe it. Gundogan. We don't want him to score before half time. Cross comes in. Ooh. Oh, we can't get hold of the ball. Can he get hold of the ball here? Jazdeal says stop throwing hate. 1, I don't throw hate. 2, I watch football and I do get critical of players who are not underperforming. 3, do one if you don't want to watch it. Nobody is asking you to watch, Jazdeal. There's lots of choice. You could even just sit and watch the game on your own. Gundogan, straight at the keeper. Got it. We've got to get hold of this game. I need a bollocking at half time. Here we are. They're in the box back in again. I'll be so pissed off. I'm getting anxious. I'm going to be so pissed off if we don't bloody get something out of this game this half. We've got to go in 1-0 at half time. We're just inviting the pressure because we can't bloody pass. Here we go. Bruno, we need some runners here. Oh, it's not a good pass. It's not a good pass. They're back on the ball. Get your shape back. Get your shape back. Passing's been very poor. Needs someone in the middle of the park to settle things down, says Connor. We haven't got anybody though, Connor, to be honest. We actually haven't got anybody that we can bring on and put on in the midfield. Matic needs to come on, says Sean Negative Turner. Might as well just go. Fred May might as well just go and lick the corner flag. Yeah, but Matic is not as quick, is he? They're going to score. We can't do this for another 60 minutes, 55 minutes. We can't, no, 50 minutes. My maths is shit. We can't. We're gonna concede. Is part of the bus football progress? Ollie got no clue even if he gets all the players, says Brown West. Well, I think we started off well, but we're just giving the ball up. I'm sorry, there's a goal coming in here. Inevitable at the moment. Mark, don't you think Fred is the new Anderson? This game has shown what we're capable of, but we can't sustain it. I tell you what, our passing is terrible, says Alf. The problem is with this half is that we haven't played well for the last 20 minutes, but so much of it is because we're not passing well. I don't think you can talk about tactics. The first 10 minutes we were playing high up the pitch. The problem is, this has been good. This is good play by United. It's a lovely ball by Rashford, Martial to Rashford. Lovely play when we get on the there. What? Bloody Rashford! Why didn't you play it into his feet? Why didn't he play it into the? Why did he go for the clever pass? Why did he not play it into his feet? For God's sake! Am I missing that? Am I missing something there? Showing me that back again. I'm sure the pass from Rashford was there to play it into his feet and he went for this. He went for the clever pass and I think it was just a simple pass. Show us it again, Sky. Show us it again. Give us it, Sky. Come on. Show us it again. Why won't they show us it again? Because it's Rashford. They don't want to show it again because it might be a bloody criticism of Rashford. I'm pretty sure he could have just played it into Fred and he went to play this clever pass. It's like the maths geek showing off. Just do the simple one. I might be wrong on that. I'm not going to go mad about it. But I'm pretty sure he could have just laid it into the path of Fred and the momentum would have took Fred into space. It was better though. It was lovely play by Martial again. And this is what I'm saying. When we do get well on the ball, we do look quite good. Oh, he's giving a free kick. He's having a bloody laugh. He's having a bloody laugh, Bruno. I'm on your side. He's a bold cretin. This ain't a foul. This is not a foul. It's not a foul. It was a foul, but Rodri plays on and then he thinks, oh, I'm going to lose the ball, so I'm going to fall over. Look, he's fine. And then he's like, oh, I've lost it. I'm going to take a foul. Maguire is playing like a real captain today, says Abhishek. On the drink, are you? And for all people talking about James having no football intelligence, Rashford is equally as pathetic, says OM. Martial's been brilliant when he's got the ball, but way too deep, says Daniel Harding. Our team are on 150k a week on more. They can't even play a simple 5-yard pass, says Morgan. This is an opportunity for City. 42 minutes. 42 minutes on the clock, and it's De Bruyne, central, probably 30 yards out. If I'm playing FIFA, this is going in. I don't care whether you've got 2 goalkeepers, but we're not playing FIFA. It's Kevin De Bruyne. It's Fanta Pants. Can he do it? Are his pants on fire? Let's have a look. Go on, Hendo, do your job. Cheers from Carmel, California. Been watching often. My sons are speaking with English, says Ramsock. And why do you hate Rashford so much? No, over the bar. That's fine. Don Ollie, piss off. I can't be arsed with idiots. I actually, Rashford's one of my favourite players, so you obviously don't watch the show, so just go on and piss off. Literally, tell him to piss off. He's a bloody idiot. It's not part of the bus football for whatever reason. We can match their intensity for more than 10 minutes. Fitness, quality, not tactics, says Sean Finity. I don't think it is part of the bus football. I think when we get further up the pitch, we play higher up the pitch. I think we want to play higher up the pitch. I think it's the passing. It's so bad. Headed away by Maguire. You can't get higher up the pitch if your midfield are losing the ball. When we get up the pitch, we're high. Oh, Luke Shaw's giving it away here. Gundogan. Go on then, Wan-Bissaka. That's better. 2 minutes to half time. We've got to get to half time. We'd be better with Paul Pogba, of course, but that's no statement, is it? That's no statement at all. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Let's see how we're doing. We've got 2 minutes to half time here. Let's get to half time. I want to be 1-0 up, so when I talk to Flex and say, "Oh, Mr. Negative, what are you saying now?" Dan James, go on then, Dan. Go on, Dan. Run, pass. Rashford was the pass. Oh, headless chicken. He still found it to Rashford. Bruno. Still Bruno. That'll stay in. No. Dan James had a pass on there. He had a pass to slip Rashford in. He didn't see it. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Here. There. The pass. There. It's on. And he doesn't bloody play it. We are dangerous on the break. That's a positive. Who scored the goal? Who scored the goal? Who scored the goal? Live comments. Slating Bruno. What's the score and who scored the goal? No, who scored the goal? Who scored the goal? What's the score and who scored the goal? Sit down. Sit down. Here's Mahrez. Oh, fucking hell. That should have been 1-1. Jesus on the back post. Mahrez goes for the bottom corner. Ends up going just wide, and Jesus is there, nearly there to slide it in. What are we doing? Who's marking who here? He's offside anyway. Jesus is miles off. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about it. He's off. He's miles off. He's miles off. Sorry, Mark. Didn't mean it in that way. I did mean that Rashford gets loads of hate. Martial gets no stick. Whatever. What planet have you been living on for the last 6 months? Mark, you missed my super chat. It's okay, but Bruno sits haters down once again. Those people who have agendas is stupid. Love Mark, my guy. Congratulations on 1 million, says Invisible. We're going to get to half time here. Nice ball into Rashford. Go on, have a shot, Martial. Switch it. Oh, it's got to be a foul on the edge. He's a twat. He's an absolute twat, Anthony Taylor. That's a foul on bloody Dan James on the edge of the box. He's playing to the bloody whistle. He's playing. He wants a cup of tea now. But half time, Manchester United. We are there. Halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. Whoa! Halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. Wow, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. See, Ollie wants to talk to Anthony Taylor. It's a bloody foul on Dan James. Spot on, Ollie. I'll give Ollie a clap on that. He's bloody spot on. It was a foul. Anthony Taylor's a prick. He's an absolute useless cretin. I told you this. Just because we're winning 1-0, I'm not going to let him go. He's a prat. That's a foul on Dan James, and he's bottled it. He's bottling the decisions now because he's trying to even it out. He's a prat. Anyway, 1-0 to Manchester United at half-time. Look, let's call a spade a spade. We're winning 1-0 at half-time. Bruno scores. And, it's a penalty. I tell you what, I seem to remember a lot of people miss penalties. Bruno is the man you want to take a penalty. It doesn't matter what team you are. But we started off really well first 10 minutes. And then I think we've allowed them back into the game. I don't think City are playing that well. I don't know what anybody else thinks. I don't think City are playing that well at all. I just think what happened is after the first 15 minutes, we've we've invited them back in. We've said, come on back in, Manchester City, and see what you can do. And that needs to stop. And ultimately, I think that Maguire and Lindelof have done as well as they can do. I think they're having a decent game. I think the back four's been, as good as it can be. I don't think Henderson's really had anything to do. I think the shot from Zinchenko was straight at him. He's doing his job as well. But the problem we've got is, I think when we get the ball to Martial and Bruno and Dan and Marcus against their back four, we look a threat. It's not happening enough because Fred and McTominay are just so bad at passing, and I think that's why for half an hour it looked like we were parking the bus. I don't think we are parking the bus in this game, and maybe that's what Ollie's talking about. Maybe Ollie's talking about wanting to play on the press and everything like that because that's what he wants to do. But those midfielders just don't allow him to do it because they're so bad at passing. And that's allowed Man City back into it. And of course, the danger in the second half is they've got people like Phil Foden on the bench and Bernardo Silva. So we've got a long way to go, but we are halfway there. Dan James, only player that passes the ball to a man, says Robert McCormack. And would you take Klopp at United if he leaves, says Ramanam. We're 1-0 up against City, mate. I'm not disrespecting Ollie talking about things like that. United getting overrun. They should move short to a back three at half time and bring on Telles for James. Did best against the big teams with the tactics, says George. And imagine this team with Pogba over McTominay and a good DM instead of Fred. I agree with that, Flex. Yeah, it's the midfield. Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, we've seen what happens with McTominay and Fred in terms of the quality that they don't have on the ball consistently. I mean, McTominay trying to zing it, Diag's looking all nice and neat and tidy and that. Just give the simple pass. Like, you're not Carrick, You're not Pirlo. Just do what he's good at, which is, driving with the ball or playing the simple pass and winning it back and just being combative. I think the other side of his game has been quite good. Fred, again, in interceptions wise, decent. We're working hard, winning it back, but the quality and the timing of the passes and the weight of the passes from those two has been quite bad. What a start though, man! You got to give props. I think we played really high, and we did. It was similar against Chelsea in terms of, when the fullbacks were kind of getting in Chilwell's face and Hudson-Odoi at the time. They were pushing really high and just setting us a bit of a tone, and we kind of shocked City a bit there. I think they didn't start very well, and then obviously when you can see the penalty that early, they just look shocked, and we did really well in that first 5-10 minutes, and we've got in a couple of times down the side, but then the usual pattern just took up, which is what we kind of thought it would be from minute one. It's just that you get that pen, and that's the difference in these type of games, isn't it? If you take that penalty out of the game, it would have been a performance that we kind of would have seen coming. Not so good on the ball.
I just want to...
tight.
I don't know what your thoughts are on the whole... obviously, a lot of people on the live comments during the game are saying, we're parking the bus again. I don't necessarily... I'm starting to think, Solskjaer said it in the press conference on Friday that we're not a counter-attacking team. We want to play on the front foot and we want to press high. And I just saw in the first... And I'm not saying he's telling... I don't think you said he was a liar. I said I don't know what he's seeing, but... I think that first half might be an indicator of what the problem could be if you wanted to be defensive of Ollie and say, first 10 minutes we were high line, even with Maguire and Lindelof, and we were high up the pitch. And then for half an hour that never happened. But you can't have one without the other. It's basically saying that when Fred and McTominay are the people that take the ball off the back four and feed the attackers. If they're not feeding the attackers, how are we going to get higher up the pitch? So I don't think we're parking the bus. I just think that Fred and McTominay are not moving the ball through that first phase, so we don't get out. So of course we're deep. We start deep, and if Fred and McTominay don't move the ball forward, we can't go high. So I think that's happened for half an hour in that first half.
Yeah, I think it's both of those reasons why we've ended up being deep. I think the first thing is, you're right, 100%. We were playing high up. We were putting pressure on. We were pressing. And then that one side of it is that McTominay and Fred, they're just not good enough on the ball. You're putting us straight back under the cough as soon as we win it back. But then also, you got to think of it this way: when Jesus made a couple runs in behind and broke the lines, and then when Gundogan done it a couple of times, we then started to realise. It looked to me like they thought, "Oh shit, City have composed themselves now and got on the ball a lot more." So there was a little bit more nervous. And then I think that made us retreat. That in turn made us retreat 10, 15 yards. So I think it's a little bit of combination of both there.
Yeah, definitely. They just showed the penalty there. I mean, it's a stone wall, isn't it?
Definitely a penalty.
Any doubts about
But look, it's good pressing, to win it back quick and be, direct. Rashford gets a bit of luck just running into him. And, it isn't... look, it's positive play. Rashford runs into to Rodri there, and the ball just bounced off him, and it falls to Martial. Martial's just positive and just runs into the box, and it was just clumsy. It wasn't amazing play from us. It was just good, fortunate play. Then we were positive. Is what you get for being positive. But other than that, I don't think we've carved City open. We've just had chances to counter and just not being good enough on the ball. Bruno, when he's releasing the ball, just a little bit over hitting it as well, just not quite there. But yeah, I just think it's a combination of not good enough on the ball to make it count, plus dropping off a little bit once we saw that Jesus could run in behind or Sterling, etc. But we defended quite well.
What are you thinking for the second half? We know they've got changes. They've got Foden, Aguero, Silva, gears to go up, like you say. We don't really have anything on the bench that's going to improve us. No. I actually think Martial's played well, so our best player on the bench is probably Greenwood. But you're like, well, you do need to do that. What do you think about the second half? Because we've got to try and get out.
Difficult because you can't look at Fred and McTominay and take one off because there's no one on the bench who can come in central midfield and do anything there. You're not going to put Bruno further back or anything like that. So they have to play the 90 minutes, which is worrying because I just think unless they start looking after the ball a bit better, we'll come unstuck. And then you just got that whole mental fatigue thing of just playing in this manner and saying to City, all right, come on then, we'll just keep sitting in. There's a couple of moments there that you see they're having half chances, aren't they? Half chances, and City usually create the one. They usually do, and that was my thing at the beginning of this game. I didn't think we'd get a penalty, obviously, so early, but I still think we'll concede. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling that we haven't got much options in way of changing the game if the game changes course.
Tiredness will be a key as well.
Tired, and we'll probably concede. That's my thing. But then you could still get a draw.
Ollie out here, but there is some change today. We're trying to play football today, and Ollie looks angry, which is nice. There is fight and aggression, says the Pan Shoe. Unpopular opinion, if we had Martial, Cavani and James up front, we'd be better off. Rashford overrated. I don't think he's had a good half, Rashford, actually. Pro Rocket says, hello, Mark. Hope you're good. Hoping for a win today and haven't had the chance to say congratulations on the subs and growing the channel. Not just United stands, says Pro Rocket. Thank you very much, mate. McTominay reminded me of Carrick playing passes between the lines, says Arito. Not as good, but at least he's trying. I think McTominay's had a shit half, to be honest. Ramanan, would you take Klopp at United if he leaves? I've done that one. And let's have a look. I haven't seen that from McTominay. Maybe I've missed that because I haven't seen that.
Right. Yeah, he's been.
I've seen him giving the ball away loads though.
That's it. But those things. The thing is with those things is I have realised that the more you kind of look out for something, and those things they play on your head. They stay in your head. Sorry, not play on your head. They stay in your memory. They're the things you remember most about someone if they've been doing it. And he has.
Yeah. Fred was worse. Fred was a lot worse. Definitely.
Fred on the ball as well.
Trying to dribble, getting tackled, and bad first touch. Bad pass.
Bad decisions. Yeah, really bad. Sloppy. If we had two, I don't want to be disrespectful and say proper centre midfielders, but two midfielders in there who weren't doing what those two were doing and were playing better than that. Yeah. We could have a little bit more control over the game or exploit. They're just not exactly.
And that's not. I would happily throw Dan James in there as well. At this level, they're not good enough. They are. Go on. Dan
James has played alright there.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Fred's not been that good. McTominay's been average, and Dan James has actually done his job. But if I'm being absolutely blunt, those three don't even get let into Man City, let alone get near their bench. They're not good enough if you want to be on the level that Man City is. But that's all we've got today, and they've we need them to put a shift in long term. I'm not talking long term. I'm talking the next 45 minutes. I'm talking about getting a result. Long term, McTominay's got to go. Fred's got to go. Dan James has got to go. And there's probably another three that we could argue about. But for the next 45 minutes, they ain't going anywhere. And we need them to do better on the ball. I think Dan James' passing's actually been good.
He just does one touch, just keeps it simple. Yeah. You look at how he travelled with the ball towards the end of the half there, travelled with it, gave it to Rashford, I think it was.
And he's a weak link. He's a weak link, that Zinchenko. I'd like to get him at him a little bit. But
we can't really. Everything comes down the left. All our attacks go down the left.
It always goes down the left. And I don't think Rashford's having a great game. I don't.
He's not. Again, this is what I mean about Dan James. When we keep saying this, is what I mean. When you look at the front three when he plays, he's doing his thing.
We've got to get. I mean, look, it's 1-0 and we're talking like they're going to get back in and maybe win it. If we get a chance and we go 2-0, we ain't going to lose. They might get two and get a draw, but that's what we've got to do. We've got to get. There are enough chance. If I was Ollie, I'd say this, Flex. I'd say, Fred and McTominay, you are getting enough of the ball to play better balls forward. That's all I'm asking you to do second half. Make sure you're a little bit more careful with your passes. Even if you have to go sideways or whatever, just stop giving the ball away.
Take care of it.
Yeah, take care of the ball.
It's really simple. Basics of football. That's exactly it. Just take care of the ball, and just in general, we need to be more ruthless in transition, because we are actually we're winning the ball back fine, or defending areas quite well. Maguire, to be fair to him, good couple of headers, defensive headers to clear. Getting back in, we're blocking. Luke Shaw got put on his ass once, but that's going to happen at one time during the season. Other than that, he's been fine.
It makes me laugh that people think that a defender won't actually get beat ever.
Oh my gosh! Like, you're playing against some of the, how many times has he had Mahrez in his pocket? You're going to get past a couple of times. Same on Wan-Bissaka's side. I dare say there's going to be a time that Sterling gets past. These are really good players, but what I'm saying is we're defending really well as a unit. Lindelof, a couple of blocks as well when they're cutting in. We're defending well, and it's just in transition. Can we look after the ball in transition to make City pay? Because a couple of times we've been running at them. Again, Rashford just running into people. Bruno muddling up his feet, playing it to no one there. Just need to be ruthless. Need to bring Bruno into that, and Rashford, not just James and McTominay and Fred. I think.
Yeah, Bruno. Apart from the goal, Bruno's been worked hard. But some of his passing. But the thing about Bruno is he's always trying to play the killer pass. There was one to Martial, and people were like, well, "That's shit." And it's it's a hard pass. If he makes the pass, Martial's 1-on-1. He's going to try and make the pass. McTominay and Fred never going to try that pass.
Didn't we predict it? Didn't I say we could predict Bruno's game straight away? That's just what it's going to be.
He's trying to go for the killer pass all the time, because it's not the game to go for anything else. Paul Downey says, Fred hasn't been at his best so far at the moment. He's my first sub to go, but who do you bring on? Spot on, lads. We need to place him over the top on the right for Danny to run onto, says David Pearce. And would you rather have James, Fred and McSauce, or Sancho, Rice and Pogba, says Habib? Well, we're in the hands of the club for that one. But how's it going to go second half, Flex, because the players are coming out?
I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say that we're going to... Actually, no, I think we'll get a draw. But
I'll tell you what, I'd be happy with a draw in these circumstances, because if the game ended now, I'd be like, I've seen something in the first 10 minutes that I like, and the reason we haven't sustained it is because McFred ain't good enough. I can live with that, because there's no one else to play.
Yeah.
As long as Ollie doesn't think McFred of the future, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, I agree, and we don't have a lot to change in this game. So if the game changes course, just like the Palace game when I was worried, the game changed course, or we couldn't change the course of the game for different reasons. We don't have anything on the bench really to change this, so that is a worry if City do score.
Thomas says the centre backs have been good. They're not. I don't rate Jesus, so I don't really think they don't really need to worry about pace. Jesus isn't that quick, so I don't think the centre backs have done a bad job at all. I think Maguire's dealt with a few crosses into the box when they've brought their centre backs up well, which is what you'd expect him to do. That's his strength. I don't think Lindelof's been as tight to Jesus a couple of times, but they've looked comfortable.
Couple blocks. They're like, as a back four, they've done okay. Done okay. We've defended well.
We're halfway there,
and we're winning the ball. Yeah, exactly. It's the attackers in the midfield that need to be a bit more ruthless. And Tony just needs to keep doing what he's doing. He's holding the ball up well. He's bringing people into play. He's been good. And he probably that's just how he plays. If he doesn't win that penalty in the first couple of minutes, people might even say he hasn't had a good game, because I haven't seen him. Where's he been? He hasn't had the ball. He hasn't had a shot. But you can't just look at it just because he won a penalty. His general play in this type of game has taken the pressure off us.
Right, mate. We'll see you on the fan forum. Let's hope we get it.
Yeah. See you then.
Speak to you in a bit, pal.
Cool.
You can join Flex and KG and the lads on the fan forum after the game. I think Flex is spot on there, though, because this is the thing I've said about Martial before, and I know he's not played well recently, but he has had games before where people say he's shit. And the reality is, if he hadn't won that penalty, I think a lot of you would say, what's Martial done? But because he won the penalty, you start to see all the other things that he normally does that are good, like the hold-up play and everything like that. That Cavani does it as well. Just because they don't score goals, or Greenwood when he's played up front, just because they don't score goals doesn't mean they're not having a good game. There's not a lot going on, but this is massive now, this next 45 minutes. Are we going to get it? What's your score prediction? I'm going to say it's going to stay 1-0. Maybe I'm a fool. But I'm going to say it's going to stay 1-0. And would I take Fred off? No, I actually wouldn't. I don't think he's very good, but I wouldn't take him off, because I think that speed across the ground would disappear with Matic, who's not as quick. I'd rather bring Twansebi on. I think Twansebi's probably a better passer, and he's as mobile. So I would probably, a lot of people saying 2-1 to City, which is probably, even from this position, I would still say City are the favourites. Yes, of course they are, but I don't think it's going to end that way. But yeah, we've got to work the ball better. We've got to look after the ball better. We've got to pass the ball better, especially McTominay and Fred. This half, keep the ball better because we're getting stuck in our own half. Mohammed Idris says, congratulations on 1 million subs. Good that we are in front, but if we win this match, it does not excuse the last few results. Too defensive, but I hope we can keep this up. Sorry, Mark, for the super chat, and love from Don Ollie. Thank you very much, pal. So second half kicks off. Martial, no changes. Go home, Harry, go home. No, he's refused it, and he's done well there, and he's won a free kick. That'll do. Keep slowing the game down. Slow it down. Keep it going. I'm feeling a bit tired now. I think I used. I need to pump it up again. I think I used a lot of energy in that first half. Come on. United need to do that as well, because one goal will change this. If Man City score, the whole game will become a real ball ache, and it can just go like that. You've got to focus. You've got to keep the work up. You're in front at the moment against the team that's won 21 games in a row. They're not going to go and give up. They're going to keep going. You've got to work hard. That's a foul. No, he's not having it. Oh, he's a joke. Anthony Taylor's a joke now. He's decided I'm not going to give free kicks away. And they've just hit the bar. Rodri's just hit the bar. That's on Taylor. That is on Anthony Taylor. How is that not a foul on Marcus Rashford? The ref is a bloody joke. That's a foul on Rashford. He gets sandwiched. It's a bloody foul. He's making it up as he goes along now. He did it with Dan James at the end of the first half. He's done it to Rashford this half. He's got it. He's one of those stupid referees who starts thinking, nah, can't be asked to give that, and then says, get up. It's a foul. Don't tell me to get up. It's a bloody foul. And now he's given something to Man City. I told you, Anthony Taylor is the worst referee, in my opinion, in the Premier League. He's a bloody joke. And they haven't even shown it back. This is what I love about TV coverage. They pick and choose what sensationalist moment they want to show. Doesn't really fit the story at the moment to show that United should have had a free kick. Anyway, early free kick for Man City. It's a crossing free kick. He's one of those. The thing I don't like about Anthony Taylor is he makes it up as he goes along. He doesn't actually use the match to decide. He uses his mood to decide. So if it's a free kick, you might get it, you might not. Like, he doesn't actually play the game. Good catch by Henderson there. Looks behind him. Nice ball into Rashford in the box. Lay it off, Luke Shaw. Yes! Luke Shaw! Yes! 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 Luke Shaw, get in! This is the moment! Never forget it! Luke Shaw, 2-0 against Man City. Where are you? I'm trying to think. Where are all the Luke Shaw haters? Come on, where are you? 2-0 to Manchester United. Luke Shaw gets it in. He starts the move off as well. Driving forward down the left-hand side like a Ferrari. Plays it into Rashford. Rashford's not offside. Lays it back to Luke Shaw. Takes it on his left foot. Passes it into the bottom corner. There it is. If you've always backed Luke Shaw like me, that's a sweet, sweet moment. And it's 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 to Manchester United in the Manchester derby. What a finish by Luke Shaw. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's one of my highlights of the season. That's the highlight of the season. I absolutely have always said that Luke Shaw's a fantastic player. And he's delivered. He's delivered like Deliveroo. Brilliant goal. 2-0. And I've been waiting for that. And he does it in a big game as well. Get in. Get in. Oh, I tell you what, people will be like, why is he celebrating a Luke Shaw goal so much? Because it's been years in the making. Years in the making. And there are still Manchester United fans who do not rate Luke Shaw, you fucking cretins. What did I say about Luke Shaw? Brilliant. Get in. Brilliant. And it's 2-0 against Man City. I'm almost celebrating the Luke Shaw goal more than a goal that puts us 2-0 up in the derby. Well, we don't lose this from this situation. We do not lose this from this situation. And I tell you what as well. What did I say before the game? I had a feeling. I got that feeling. Yeah, I got that feeling. No, but really, I had that feeling that we would get something out of today. But also, what did I say as well? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When his back's up against the wall, he delivers. He delivers. Shaw is essential, says Tyrone. Chuff for Luke Shaw. I've had my doubts, but he's proven me wrong. So pleased for him. Come on, says Spike. I said it against Liverpool, I'll say it again. Best left back in the Premier League. Sit down, says Gabriel Noel. And also, let's give a bit of credit to Solskjaer, because every time people say he's going to get battered, he's going to get beat, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And also, God, please take this away if you were thinking we were going to get smashed today. It's 11 against 11. Always remember it's 11 against 11, and you never know the story of the game until it kicks off. You can't tell a result before a ball's been kicked. Football has thrown up these types of results time and time and time again. We were 2-0 down to Man City at half-time a few years ago. We won 3-2. You cannot decide these games, especially not derbies. You just don't know what's going to happen. Man City look bang average today. They don't look very good at all. And yet they're one of the greatest teams there's ever been. Bullshit. They're just a football team. They're just a good football team. And they can be beaten. And we are beating them at the moment. There's still bloody a lot. There's still 40 minutes to go in this game. And I still think that it can change. But we shouldn't be losing this game from here. And as we said, a point. Many of us would have took a point before it. I wouldn't take it now. Switch. Fred. Oh, no. He went for Dan James. But this is playing into our hands now. It's there on the break. It's on the break. Eamon says, so undeserved. Swivel on it, Eamon. Swivel of it. Swivel on it, Eamon. Go home, Eamon. Eamon Holmes. Go home. Eamon Holmes actually supports Man United. Don't jinx it, Mark. Haven't said anything that jinxes the result. I said we shouldn't be losing this game from here. But City are going to go for it now. Of course they are. De Bruyne. Bang. Get rid of it, Maguire. Look at him again. Anthony Taylor, I tell you what in a minute. You're going to get it. He's done it again. He's done it again. Man United player gets fouled. He looks at it and goes, get up. He can't get up. He's just been bloody fouled. Bloody joke. People say, why are you getting angry when you're 2-0 up? Because you've got to fight for bloody everything in a game like this. If he does that again, even Martial's screaming at him. What a prat this referee is. Unbelievable. Every time a United player gets fouled now, he's get up. Get out. Come on. I'm clapping like a seal. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Lovely ball there. Lovely turn by Martial. Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. Right. He's got a 4v3. Where's he going to go? Hit it, Dan. Hit it first time, for God's sake. What do you take a touch for? No football intelligence. Don't smile about it. Hit it. What's he doing here, Dan James? He's got to either hit it first time, or when you take a touch, pass it to somebody else. What does he do? Take a touch and shoot. What's that all about? It's a corner. Martial's not happy either. FI, football intelligence. Tahim says, what would the consequences be if you slid tackle the ref? Luke Shaw, cross comes in, edge of the box. Fred. I was going to say, don't volley it, Fred. Nice little switch of the ball by Wan-Bissaka. No, it's a terrible ball. Martial playing brilliantly as well. I tell you what I'd like now. 15 minutes of calm. 15 minutes of nothing happening. We need to get 15 minutes out of this game. Get to 70 minutes, 2-0 up. I feel a lot happier. Oh, here we go, Bruno. Like, oh, it's a bad pass. You've got to come for that, Martial. Very good at pressing City. We've got to find these passes. Here we go. Good interception by Luke Shaw. Easy ball, easy ball. Look at this from Luke Shaw. Look at the way he carries the ball here. Roberto Carlos has got nothing on him. Finds Bruno. Cross comes in. Back post. Go on then, Martial. Oh, bloody Rashford gets in his way there. Brilliant breakaway though. Lovely cross. Lovely play by Luke Shaw. Driving forward. Man of the match, says Marvin AM. Luke Shaw. Oh yeah, easy. Easy man of the match, Luke Shaw at the moment. In another big game, he was man of the match at Anfield as well. Oh, Mahrez is going to get booked. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, it is a booking, but what is Luke Shaw supposed to do? Mahrez actually runs into him. Watch this back here. I think Martial... Oh, Rashford can't get out of the way, to be fair. Maybe should have volleyed it. Luke Shaw booked, half an hour to go. Could be a man of the match sent off, you know, because Mahrez is a tough old player to deal with. Good tackle, Fred. That's a good tackle. And a good pass. That's what I want to see more of you from, Fred. How is that not a foul on Martial again? What is this referee doing? He's useless. I can't stand it. I can't turn it off because it's Man United. He makes me want to turn games off. If anybody from the Referees Association is watching, he ain't good for football. He makes me want to turn games off, Anthony Taylor. He's so bad, he makes me want to turn games off. We've had about 4 fouls in this half that he's just not given. Mahrez shoots it over from a volley. Can you sub the ref? Can we sub the ref? Get Mike Dean on. All is forgiven. Oh, it's time for a stretch. Time for an Armstrong. If you know, you know. Lovely play by Luke Shaw, and the finish is brilliant. That's such a good finish because he doesn't even use any power. Drives forward. Rashford with the assist, of course. Just a lovely finish. Lovely finish. Half an hour to go. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes gone. Half an hour to go. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. 10,000 likes on a watch along. Bloody hell, it must be going well. It must be going well. Wan-Bissaka, be careful. I tell you what, Wan-Bissaka's had a good game as well. Got to say, fullback's been very good. Oh, I've just had a message from somebody. Shawshank Redemption. It's good. That's a good one. That is. Shawshank Redemption. I should have said that. Why didn't that come into my head? Zayn Miassi says it's a fluky score. I'm off to watch the Invincibles. Living in the past. History Channel showing it again. I'm at work. I look at my screen and we're winning 2-0. Let's go Red Devil, says Red Harlow. It's okay, Mark. Roy Keane is waiting in the car park for this Pratt ref, says Luke82. Would you take Klopp at United if he leaves Liverpool? No, that's an old one. It's a very old one. Look, now is the... Why has Henderson been booked? I totally missed that. Because Anthony Taylor's a Pratt, basically. Lovely interception by Martial. That's... Why are we playing... Well, have the foul, please. Oh, he's playing an advantage when Fred's got 5 players. Oh, he's a terrible ref. He's a terrible ref. He's gone back for the free kick now, but how can there be an advantage when it's Fred on his own in attack? That's a disadvantage. He's not Brazilian. We all know this. What a ref. What a ref. Henderson got booked for time wasting, apparently. Probably thinks he's still at Sheffield United, to be fair. He had to do that a lot. Sometimes patience is rewarded, and it surely has been with Shaw. That's the player we thought we were getting and has been good all season. He's been good for about 3 years, Sean. Don't disrespect my knowledge about Luke Shaw. I've been saying this for a long, long time, that he's a very good left-back. He was brilliant last season as well. People just don't want to accept it. They want to go, he wasn't that good. He wasn't that good before. And when I was saying he was shit, he wasn't good. And now he's good. So I'll say he's good. He's been good for a while. Martial, lovely. Oh, come on. Tony's on a level today. What's Tony doing? He's playing little back heels. Bruno. Oh, Jesus. Heavy touch. Brilliant by Luke Shaw. They want a handball. You're not getting a handball for that. He's sliding across the bloody 4. His hand's in a natural position. Rashford. I mean, Rashford's not been great, but we're winning 2-0. I don't think Dan James has been brilliant either. I think people are going in on Rashford more than they're going in on James, and I don't think we should go in on either of them, to be fair. I think they've both... I mean, Rashford's got an assist as well. Can't wait for the media to say we won because De Gea wasn't playing, says Nathan Williams. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not interested in that. I've got no interest in that. I don't actually think Henderson's really been tested, has he? That Zinchenko shot, which was straight at him. Which is nothing against Dean. I do like him, but what I'm saying is I don't think City, greatest team ever, they've done fuck all. What have they done? Tomorrow headline, we won because De Gea did play, says Tabres. They've not laid siege to our goal at all. Here's Rashford. Oh, bloody hell. Good tackle by... Go on, keep pressing, keep pressing. 64. We're nearly at 70 minutes. That's where we need to get. 70 minutes, 2-0. Luke Shaw, what an absolute warrior, says Owen. I tell you what, I'm not even going to look at it yet. But if we get 3 points, we're back in second place and we're bloody miles ahead of everybody else. I've said it too soon. Mahrez turns McTominay like a bottle top. Cross comes in, goes out for a goal kick. Pep taking another Ollie masterclass. He would have been offside again anyway from that cross. Not sure if it's the beers. I've had to settle the nerves, but does Hando look like Captain America, says Harry Lunn. And agreed, he's been good defensively, but this is the marauding fullback he should be, says Sean Finnerty. They brought Kyle Walker on for Cancelo. He hasn't had a lot to do, says Kieran Davies. Martial. I think Martial's a contender for man of the match as well, by the way. I think he's played really well. And all this despite having a midfield pivot that can't really pass forward. It's impressive. Very impressive. Consistency is always the problem with this team, of course. Lovely ball by Bruno out wide to Shaw. This is good. We're using the ball a lot better in the second half as well. Remember first half, last half an hour of the first half, we're giving the ball away a lot. We said at half time we've got to use the ball better. Ollie 100% will have said that to them. And we've used it a lot better. And we've been better because of it. I think City looked better in the last half an hour of the first half because we gave the ball away so much. You start keeping hold of the ball and City don't play as well as they did in the first half. It's not rocket science. A few people saying Martial's their man of the match. Player ratings will be coming out in about 10 minutes, so we can do that on the match reaction. Looking forward to that. Martial's been top class today. Martial's a number 9, isn't he? This is the thing. It's a straight fight between Martial and Cavani. And you make your choice. On this sort of a performance, you can see why Martial was Player of the Year last year. That should be a yellow card by Zinchenko as well. Get your cards out. Get your card out. It's a very similar foul to what Luke Shaw did. Book him. Get your book out. I don't think Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Shaw have emptied their pockets since the last derby, says Ninja Smurf United. Would you take Klopp at United? I've done. I keep reading that same one and I don't know why. I don't know why. Martial deserves a goal. Go on, Harry. Rashford. Hey, anybody who was watching the preview the hour before we were live, what was I saying? Bravado. I was full of it. I said, I've got a funny feeling we're going to do something. Why didn't Rashford hit that? Why didn't he hit it? Tried to play a pass. Hey Mark, as people I think Ollie is a PE teacher, funny really how he can school Pep, says Andy and Bruno. I've always said he's not a PE teacher. I've always said he's got tactics. I think he plays within himself sometimes. Rashford. Fred. McTominay. That's a foul. Oh my God. It was a foul on McTominay. It was a bloody foul on McTominay and he wasn't going to give it. Martial should have scored. I don't think... Oh, what happened here? It's a definite foul on McTominay. It finds its way through to... Oh, he's got to score. Tony's got to score that. Doesn't hit it well at all. Got to score there, Tony. Deserves a goal. Doesn't take the goal. Got to score. Congratulations on the million plat. Love the content, says Harry. Thanks very much, Harry. It's a corner for United. I don't think it's a sitter, but I think a striker's got to score it. Luke Shaw with the cross. Edison with the catch. Oh, we've got to be careful here. City are brilliant at this, getting out from corners. Take him out, Lindelof. Bloody take him out. Lovely by Rashford. That's what you want to see. That's brilliant tracking back by Rashford there. We don't see enough of that from Rashford at the moment. It's great when we do. Corner. 20 minutes to go. Brilliant tracking back by Rashford, that. He's injured himself. He's there. This is what I don't bloody track back. Who are you going to bring on? Greenwood. Yeah, it's lovely play by Rashford to track back, and I think it's actually Fred who tackles him. No, it's not. Fred doesn't get anywhere near him. I think it might be Mahrez or something like that. Jesus comes off. Phil Foden comes on. Well, you're not. Well, let's stay quiet. I nearly did it. I can't do that. I'm not going to do it. I nearly said. Oh, Rashford's coming off here. That's a blow. That is a blow. Greenwood's coming on, I think. Mark, how long orders ship out on United Stand store, says Ivan. I think it's like 2 weeks tops if you're worldwide. And Rashford is carrying a shoulder injury. Cross comes in, easy catch for Henderson. Luke Shaw, future captain, says Paul Gould. Any love for Martial, says Red Baron. There's loads of love. And I know we're winning the game, but Ollie needs to show heart and take Rashford off for Greenwood at this stage in the game. I think it's perfect for him, says Javan. It's going to happen because of injury now, Javan, which is a bit of a shame. 20 minutes to go. Henderson kicks it out to get Greenwood on the pitch. Clever move there. Mark, why does it feel like Marcus is always on the verge of a really bad injury, says Fisticuffs. And if we win, let's hope Stones gives a hug to Maguire, says Sarab. Yeah, well, to be honest, he better bloody not. 18 minutes to go. I'm counting the clock down a little bit now because I'm getting a little bit nervous. Okay. Ollie, don't. Pep and Ollie having an argument. Oh. Pep losing his shit because he's getting schooled by Ollie. Dan James has gone to the left. Greenwood's gone to the right. Rashford's come off and he's hobbling. Look, you're going to take a 2-0 win against City at the sacrifice of an injury, but it's not an injury we want to see. Oh, he's gone back to keeper. Come on. Pep the PE teacher, says Kieran. Manchester is red, says Verishan. We are the noisy neighbours now. Glad we're winning, but sad we're underdogs. Anyways, happy that Shaw is due deserves, says Carrymore. God, I need a stretch here. 74 minutes gone. Still, mate, look, we're not comfortable yet. There's lots of things I'd like to say. Foden. Yeah, there's lots of things I'd like to say, but one goal from City, they can still get an equal. There's plenty of time for an equaliser. Foden! Oh, I thought he was going to bury it. That was their best chance of the game. First time they've really pushed. And he probably should have scored. Lovely play by City. Probably their best move of the game, to be fair. They found the spaces. Foden got it right wide out to Mahrez. De Bruyne with the overlap. The cutback. Lindelof's not tight enough. And Foden probably should have scored there. But he puts it wide. I think Lindelof might have had the angle closed, to be fair. Probably looked a better chance than it actually was. But Foden... I mean, I'm glad they didn't start Foden. I think he's a fantastic player. Change the team. Yeah, let me just change the team on the screen for you. Marcus Rashford's gone off. I mean, again, there's no subs being used. Come on, Scott. Come on, get the third, says Verishan. Well, we've got to be fair, there's a good chance of us getting us down. Ollie sat us all down, says Nigel. No, I've not been sat down by Ollie. Not everybody's been sat down. No, they haven't. Some of us went into this game saying we'd get a good result. Some of us said we had a feeling we would win this. A lot of you said we're going to get smashed, but some of us were like, be positive. It's Manchester United. We demand a result. A derby's a great leveller. I've just got a feeling we're going to get something today. I didn't predict a win, I must admit that, but I didn't say we were going to lose. And a lot of people didn't say that. So no, we didn't get sat down by Ollie. We know that by now you should know what I said on the preview. When he's up against the wall, he's the one you want. So a lot of people did say we'd win as well. I hope Rashford doesn't go with England on international break. He needs the time off, says Sean Atwood. Now Luke Shaw's gone down. This is the problem when you're playing all these bloody games, you know. Playing a lot of football. A lot of football. We probably have got the player ratings. You can start voting, which I'm sure a lot of you will be sure. Yeah. Links in the website's open for that. I will get the link in the video description for you now. Bit of a break in the play while Luke Shaw goes down. While Luke Shaw is down. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. Morning show at 10. I think Luke Shaw's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. He's walking fine. He's not hobbling. Probably just a bit of cramp. He's done a lot of running. You can still get a bit of cramp. City on the wide. Carl Walker. And I'll go for a throw-in. Yeah, bottom right-hand corner. Player ratings, links in the video description on the second paragraph where it says player ratings. Just go there, do that, and you can vote. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your man of the match. Give Ollie a score and submit your score. Simple as that. That's how it works. 13 minutes to go. With every passing minute, the chance of City getting anything out of this game diminishes. I don't think they'll be getting 3 goals. A draw becomes less likely with every minute passing, but 2 goals in 15 minutes isn't unlikely, is it? But we've just got to keep working hard now. Hit them on the break. Put a few tackles in. Take a yellow card. Hurt them. Hurt them in the pocket. The oil ain't working at the moment. It's a nice switch of the play. Put Lee Grant on for the ref. Man can do it all, says Carlo. Oh, here we go. He's got Rodri on, space on the edge. Tried to play it through. Good interception by McTominay. Just keep your work rate going. Don't give it up. Cross comes in. It's a delightful cross. Oh my God, that should have been a goal. That was their best chance. Lindelof switches off, I think, here. Lindelof. Cross comes in. I don't know what. I think Lindelof just doesn't know what to do. He's onside. Lindelof's got to do better there. It's a tap in for Sterling. I don't know what Lindelof's thinking here. Attack it. You see, he's got to get that. Got to go more forceful than sticking your leg out there. But we got away with it, and it isn't. It's not a goal. That's the main thing. Things are going our way, which is good. Ow! What are you kicking for? Kick the floor. Keepers. Coming up for the 80th minute. Aguero, an unused sub. I forgot they had Aguero actually. They never use him, did they? 10 minutes to go. I'll tell you what. This is why I said to you, we went live at 3 o'clock and the kickoff is R4. So we were chatting away about team news and Manchester derbies and I was full of bravado, and people were like, you're setting yourself up for a fall. And I said, but the thing is, I'm not setting myself up for a fall. I'm backing my team. I'm expecting them to turn up. I'm expecting them to produce. They have done it before. They can do it again. If I go into this game negative, how can I sit at the end of the game and fully enjoy the win when I was like, my team's going to get beat? You've got to back your team sometimes. You've got to expect things to happen sometimes. We're hanging on a little bit here, though. We've cleared it. I think in a Manchester derby especially, you've just got to expect it. You've got to hope for it. You've got to expect it. And it's not like we haven't done it before. This victory probably gets him a new contract. There's Dan James. Oh, Bruno was the ball. Bruno still is the ball. He's got the ball on the right. He's going to wait for Greenwood and he's going to play him in. Oh, Greenwood's not really wanting that there. Oh, fucking hell. League table, we'd have 54 points if we win. I didn't really want to talk about this. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm going to talk about it. We'd have 54 points if we won it, which would put us 8 points ahead of 5th place, which is big. And it would put us 11 points ahead of Liverpool, which is huge. They're the ones I'm worried about the most. 11 points ahead of Liverpool if we win this game. Yeah, we've got to worry about Chelsea and Leicester and Everton and West Ham, but Liverpool are the team that I did think, well, they've lost again today. Maybe I'm being naive, but it'd be a huge win if we can get it. And we're now starting to get towards the business end of the game. City on the ball. If we do win, we still need players. 100%. Mohamed, 100%. Gone out for a goal kick. 100%. Look, I am not going to sit here and sell you this team. No. This team is still a team that can't beat Palace. It's still a team that will lose to Sheffield United. It's still a team that will get played off the park by bloody Newcastle for an hour. This team is not a team to win a title. This is a team that can beat Man City on a day, but it can't beat Man City for a title. This team needs a proper midfield behind Bruno. This team needs a proper right winger. This team needs a world-class centre-back. It still needs everything we need. We can't, this is a one-off result that we know we can do. We know we can. Fred again. It's bloody Fred again. He's giving the ball up in a stupid position here. How do you beat Man City and give somebody less than 6? I'm going to have to give Fred a 5. He's been such a calamity on the ball. I can't give Fred less than a 5. You can't beat Man City and get less than a 6. I mean, 6 is average. I want to be giving 7s and 8s, but to be honest, Fred's been bloody terrible on the ball. I can't do it. You can do it. Player ratings, link in the video description. Give every player your mark out of 10, 6 being average. Put a star next to your man of the match, and we'll be doing that on the match reaction. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, this Man United side can beat anybody on its day, but it's not a team to win a title. It's got too many holes in it, and we need to improve on those holes, definitely. And if we have got the similar team to this next season, we'll be in a similar position. Although I think teams will get better. I think Chelsea, now they've got a good coach, they will spend on that coach. I think Liverpool will improve, of course, and we'll be down to 4th if we stay as we are. So we've got to build on this. You've got to always be building on the momentum. Another great chance there for Sterling, and he's headed it out. They've actually had a couple of good chances here late on. Five minutes. Oh, I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel this now. On the down low, I'm trying to stay cool and calm. Sunday night on the Raz. Who would have thought it? Can't fault it. That's the door. Martial with the handball there in the hold-up. I still don't think the game's won. I still think that City can get 2 goals. I mean, bloody hell, they scored 2 goals in extra time, in stoppage time once, didn't they? Bloody oil. Another free kick for City here. I tell you what, I think the ref's been crap. Despite the referee, we've won this game. I know he gave us a penalty, but it was a stone wall penalty. He couldn't not give a penalty because VAR would have given the penalty. So, but yeah, he's not been great. Another chance here for City to put a cross in. Don't want to be conceding here. De Bruyne headed away by Bruno. Everyone's put a shift in, work right. You know, some people might not have been good on the ball, but we have really put a shift in here. Another corner for Man City. 4 minutes of normal time. Back post. I'll tell you what, on another day they would have scored a goal. McTominay, Henderson and Ollie all prove that they are the future of this club. Mate, I really don't think McTominay's played that well. I don't know what you're on about, Athea. I think that's a little bit of bias. I'm willing to. I'll give him a good score, but I don't think that midfield pivot is good at all. I really don't. I don't think they've played well. I think their passing is not good enough. Matic is coming on, and also Henderson's had nothing to do. Martial's coming off for Matic. Why has he moved player ratings? Keep it there for fuck's sake. If you want to do your player ratings, you can go direct through the website, or you can just do it through the link in the video description, which is on the second paragraph. Remember, you can get 25% off with Cards Plug. They've sponsored the watch along for us today. You can get one of these bad boys or girls. They're universal. You get your own face, your own stats. Links in the video description. 25% off with Cards Plug. Thanks for sponsoring the watch along. It's been a good one. You can do it again if we're going to keep winning games like this. Loved it. It's not over yet, but we are 2.5 minutes away from going into stoppage time. Shoots wide. I tell you what, their shooting's been crap. Oh, I'm going to tweet it now. This is going to destroy people on Twitter. Check it out on @MarkGoldbridge. It's going to burn. You know what they say? Don't put any oil near fire because it will burn, and they're going to burn about that. We can watch Match of the Day tonight as well. I think you're giving McTominay a bit of harsh treatment. Imagine if you had to play with Fred, says Callum. That is a good point. Oh, he's been the better of the two, and I think McTominay's been decent. But as I said, if you're telling me that team's ever going to win a league title, I'm telling you now, Fred, McTominay, Dan James and one of the centre-backs has got to come out. You need 4 quality players in those positions to compete with that Man City side over a full season. I don't think McTominay's good enough. I don't think Fred's good enough. I think they're bench players. Dan James, I think, is a bench player, maybe not even that. And we need a top-class centre-back. That is what we need. And, you know, people will say you're being harsh, whatever. Where were you against Palace? Where were you against Chelsea? Where were you against Sheffield United? Where were you against Arsenal? You know, we can do these results. Of course we can, but consistency comes from quality, and we haven't got enough quality in depth. So, you know, I'm always very, very strong on you go hard on your improvements from a winning position, and this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I fancied us today. I fancied us to get something today. I fancied a positive result. I didn't think we'd win 2-0, but I didn't think we'd get beat. And what these players have shown today is that They can do a job. They can do a job. They can't win as a title, and we want to win a title. So you've got to improve. And, you know, somebody did say halfway through the second half, my worry is that the board will think that we're close. We're not. We're not close. We're definitely not close. We're just capable of winning games. We're capable of beating anybody on our day, but we're also capable of losing to anybody. And that's Man City aren't capable of losing to anybody. They won't lose to hardly anybody. They can lose to us, and they can lose to Liverpool, and they can lose games. But the trouble is we can lose to Sheffield United, and that's because we still do lack quality players, and we've got to bring more in. 5 minutes added on. People are panicking. We're fine. We're going to be fine. They ain't getting 2 goals in 4 minutes. Been a tough season for Martial, but chuff for him today, says Joseph Tyrrell. Well, get on the player ratings and give him a bloody good score. That's what you need to do. Maguire and Stones can't wait for a final whistle kiss, says Jose. Clean sheet again, good centre-back, says Thomas. I don't agree. No, I don't agree. I don't think those centre-backs are good because it's going against everything that I've said all season. I don't think those centre-backs are good. I mean, you could say that Man City should have scored at least one and they've missed sitters where they weren't being marked properly. But I don't think they've played badly today. I don't think they have. But do I think that they're the future? I suppose that's the point I'm trying to make here. Is, I mean, do Maguire and Lindelof deserve a bad score? No. Do I think that they're good enough to win a title? No. Do I still think they're very, very vulnerable? Yes. So that's my answer to that. I'm not going to knock them. They've played well, but I'm not going to change my opinion. They're not good enough to win a title. I hate them as a pairing. I think they're an accident waiting to happen. And unfortunately, that accident hasn't happened today. They've played well. And they have had games where they've played well in the past. But long term, I'm not going to run away and start pretending that the things that were a problem yesterday are not a problem today, because they're not. They weren't just a problem yesterday. They've been a problem for months. These sort of results, to me, I bloody love it. But it also gets you going, not frustrated, but it gets you going like, we could be the team I want us to be if the board just did what needs to happen. Go and get us a top-class centre-back. Go and get us a top-class CDM. Go and get us a top-class right-winger, and we really can build. Brandon Williams comes on for Bruno. But this is a massive result, and what it does is it sends us into this game against AC Milan, West Ham next week, the Leicester game. It sends us into those games with real positivity. We needed this. We needed not to get beat today. And we've taken Man City's record. 21 games unbeaten. We're still unbeaten away. I'm just going to check how my tweet's doing. Oh, it's banging. Bruno just stood in the background. Bruno answering critics in the top 6 games. Shaw continuing his fine form, and Martial putting in best performance for a while. You must be chuffed, says Salah. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Luke Shaw, massive fan of Bruno. I do really rate Martial. I've had to admit that he's not been at the level for a while, but he looks good. He looked good today. And a lot of people were like, oh no, we haven't got Cavani. I think it would have been a different game with Cavani, to be honest. Here you go, Dan James. It's over. 94 minutes. Just run it, Dan. Run it. Go for the corner. Absolutely fantastic, this. Absolutely fantastic. Greenwood hits it out wide. That'll go for a goal kick, but they ain't got time. They ain't got time. They ain't got time. Call it. These wins are double-edged sword. Reinforces Ollie and the board's deluded sense that this team and coaches are good enough, says Steve Lebo. Well, we'll talk about that on the match reaction. I think it's a good point, but we'll talk about that in there. And if I could, I'd give Martial a 6.8. Got us a penalty, but missed the sister. Showed a lot more than other games. Still not a good number 9. Get Haaland, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. Yeah, we don't need a striker. We don't need a striker before we need a centre-back and a midfielder and a right winger. Red Dead Redemption. 95 minutes. Blow your whistle, Taylor. It's the only good thing you've done all game. all day. The only thing you've done all day will be to blow that final whistle. Blow it. Blow it. Still going on. 95.5 minutes. Oh, Hendo, don't do that. Well, they want a penalty here. Well, the penalty would have been given whether Anthony Taylor wanted to give it or not. VAR would have given it. Remember to subscribe. Remember to do your player ratings. We've got the match reaction coming off. After, we'll be talking about Solskjaer getting a new contract. We'll be talking about signings. We'll be talking about the performance. We'll be talking about what it means for the rest of the season. And we'll be talking about Pep Guardiola taking the L. Get your Mr. Sheen out. Spray it on his head and give it a rub, Ollie, like you did Jose. Give him a rub. He ain't got no magic in there. It's a fantastic result for Manchester United. It's 2-0. Let's go. Let's go. What did I tell you? I told you we were going to get a result today. I didn't say we were going to win. I'm not going to take credit for that. But I did say I've got a feeling we're going to get a result today. We need a response. We need a performance. And we bloody got it. Luke Shaw, Anthony Martial, Bruno delivered as well. I don't think any... Well, I do actually think a couple of players didn't play that well. But you can ignore that because we needed those results. Massive 3 points. Make sure you do your player ratings. Links in the video description. We're going to go over to the match reaction. I'll be live in a minute or two. And let's discuss Manchester United beating Manchester City. Supposedly the greatest team the Premier League ever had. Bullshit. I'll see you on the match reaction.